still together anytime. Nothing you can do ever change my mind. So let the world close on and seas away. I'll be loving you. I'll be loving you. Yeah, I'll be loving you. 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 I'll be loving you.
Should be him and Tito be riding around in a Cadillac and shit. Slow down, Tito. Slow down, Tito. Damn. Is that my hoe over there sitting on the curb? Let me out. Come in, girl. I said, come in, girl. For my money, how much you got? Oh my God, I'm sorry. All I got is $100 bill. Girl, you've been out here all day and all you got is $100 bill?
I came home from the road. This is not long ago. I've been gone for, if you can picture, I was gone for weeks and weeks. And when I came back, nobody was home. Now, one person in my family thought that maybe I'd like to see them when I got back. Like, they knew when I was coming back, but they just weren't home. And that was a wake-up call. You know, like when my kids were little and the tour bus would pull up to the house, these motherfuckers would spill out. Dad is home, hooray! And they'd hug me and kiss me, and then as the years went on, they'd get less interested. Hey everybody, look, it's Mr. Promises back from the road. But an empty house, that's some cold shit. And I went into my oldest son's room. I was like, hello, hello. He was gone. And I'd never done this to him before, but for some reason I just did it. I just looked through his shit. Just to see who this motherfucker was becoming. And I found these notebooks and I started going through the notebooks and it was all this wonderful poetry in them.
Open the door, close the door, I am so confused.
Written was his handwriting. I didn't even know this wrote poems. And then I looked through his drawers and I opened up his drawer and I found this rolling paper. And I looked down at them papers like, oh, that's where that poetry's coming from. And that shit broke my heart. I mean, I smoked weed, but I mourned my son's innocence. And I cried a little bit. And I took his papers upstairs to my room. Rolled some weed that I'd hid from the family. And I got really high. And then I got paranoid. So I put his papers back how I found them. So he wouldn't know what I was up to. Won't even know that that happened till he sees the special. Yeah, I found your papers.
Our partners at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man, Lloyd Spence, and find all of the latest odds, news, and sports developments, including NBA Summer League, Major League Baseball, and the latest fighting news, and even next season's early NFL futures, all at betonline.ag. Here's what you got to do. Head to the website and use your mobile device to sign up today to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE to get the bonus to get into the action. Bet online, where the game starts. Tell them Our partners at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Hey,
Popcorn World.
Popcorn World. Yeah. Can I make you groove now? Yes, I can. So you can get this groove in the back of a can. Put the big and Robin World and the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world. What's that saying? Breaking down the rumors and smelling out. Speaking for the people who must go around. Taking truth to power with the whisper and the shout. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Hey yeah, say it again, say we're talking noise. Yeah, talking noise. Really don't have to fool around. Never noise keeps us lined up. When truth divine, the sound that you hear is the sound of success. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Yeah, picking up all the sound. We're talking noise. Oh yeah. Talking noise. Say it again. We're talking noise.
Welcome to Talkin NOIZ, the daily podcast that brings you up to speed and keeps you informed about real issues affecting real people. With your host, Mr. Talkin NOIZ himself, Lloyd Spence. His beautiful wife, Mrs. Noise, Kenyatta Spence. The ever-informed Brother Noise, Alan Brown. And yours cordially, Uncle Noise, Shake Anderson. Come on in and join us as we reveal and opine today's most pressing issues. Real truth while having real fun. Talkin NOIZ is in your house right now. So sit back and enjoy Talkin NOIZ.
2, 1, 1, ready, mom, ready, mom.
Not getting high, son. Not getting high, son. Keeping your head above water. Making a way when you shine. Good times. Good times.
Man, I hope y'all ready.
Good times. Ain't we lucky we got 'em?
The WWE done changed. Good people of Noise Land, have no fear. We are back. How's everybody feeling tonight?
We're good.
Man, I'm in a good place. It's Friday. I'm feeling all right. Friday night, just got paid. Heart is jumping. Don't know the rest of the song.
Okay.
How you feeling, Mama Noise?
I'm well.
Oh, with the well. Is this the best I can get out of you tonight? I'm well.
I mean, there is an alternative.
What's the alternative?
That you're not well.
Oh, my goodness. But I mean, you know, you could say I'm good, I'm great.
That's what well means.
Not necessarily. Well could mean.
How you gonna flip what I said?
Well could mean you were sick and now you're better.
Oh my gosh.
That's what well means. Well means that you were sick and now you're better.
Really? Then the song's all is well means all you're healed.
I've never heard that song ever. That is
Well, it's a song called All Is Well. It is well.
The song is called It Is Well.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean your health. It is well with my soul.
But if you're sick in your mind or sick in your
Oh
soul.
my gosh, Mr. Noise.
Okay, all right. I ain't gonna argue with you tonight.
Yeah.
Because I'm good. I'm great. I'm peachy. You won't break my soul, Mama Noise. You won't break my soul.
I don't know how that goes. I don't know that song.
It's good to see everybody and pulling up in the parking lot and grab your church fan and your Bibles and everything. Next week we'll have White Organist back, so he'll be able to tickle the ivories. I'll be in the building.
Somewhere.
Yeah, he's in the building. He might be in the parking lot doing some stuff, but he'll be here in a second. You can see his little icon down at the bottom. So he's here. He is here. So ladies, have no fear. Al B is here. See what I did there? Yeah, I put that together.
I see.
I'm ready to have some fun, Mama Noise. You? I'm glad we got a chance. I hope Ron got there safely.
Yeah.
Ron is traveling. He may pull up tonight. Hopefully he got to his destination safely and soundly. This is the time to travel, even though it's hot outside. Yeah, even though it's hot outside, this is the time to travel. Get your world on. What you done?
Some reason the plug was pulled out of the wall, and
did you put it back, Mama Noise?
I did now, and now the phone is on.
Remember MTV Unplugged?
I do remember every time. For a while there, it was really good. Then all of a sudden, they just start picking the most random groups. You're like, well, clearly they've run out of people to pick, or people that can go unplugged. Maybe the list of people that can actually be unplugged is not that big of a list. Omarion cannot go unplugged. Shaka
What was that one song lately?
Yeah, that was unplugged. That was, to me, that was the best unplugged performance ever right there. Mary J. Blige and KC.
I mean, listen to me. I watch it random times throughout the year.
Do you?
I love to see the chemistry between them.
I don't know if they have much chemistry.
I'm
Depends on who you ask. Like
singing the song. I'm not talking about their relationship.
Yeah.
It's like I like the chemistry between Mary J. Blige and Method Man when they're doing You're All I Need to Get By.
To get high. Oh, it's not Get High? I thought it was Get High.
Did he need Mary J? Oh, but she was putting in on it. That's probably why he said that.
What?
That she, I'm no, it's go with the joke. Go with the joke after.
To get high. No.
No.
Shorty, you got half on this joint here. Believe me.
Nope.
Like
no. You're running it.
Al, how you doing, man? You feeling good?
I'm good, man.
Long week.
That's a long day, man. It's hot.
It's hot, bro.
I mean, triple digits, 109, 110 heat index.
Woo.
Hold on.
It's that kind of hot. There's really nowhere you can go to cool off. Like other than your house, there's nowhere you can go to cool off. Nowhere.
Al, were you able to find a location for those multiple pairs of shoes?
I kept, what did I keep? 14. I kept 14 and took the other 11, 12 pair of each to the shelter. So I kept 14 pair of tennis shoes and 14 pair of dress shoes.
That's all was out there? That looked like you had about 50 pairs of shoes.
It was.
I think McKenna's trying to tell us something. I can't read. Hoarder? Is it hoarder? Is
there
that
were 25 caskets.
There was 25 each.
So there was 25 pair of tennis shoes and 25 pair of dress shoes.
Pairs.
So I kept 28 total.
Right.
14 of each.
Yeah.
And then I shipped all the others out the door.
Somebody's gonna be very grateful.
Somebody being blessed.
Somebody with that size shoe is gonna be very grateful.
But they gone.
They're gone. Wow.
Clothes is next, man.
Was it hard? Was it hard to get rid of it?
No.
Not at all? That's good.
I mean, because I wore a pair today that I probably haven't had on my feet in maybe 4 or 5 years.
Wow. How'd it feel? It felt like, I'm glad you did it. Because the Bible
it was good to see you. I ain't seen you in a while.
The Bible says, if you give, it shall be given back to you.
Good
pressed down, pressed down, shaken together, and running over.
Hey.
So,
but yeah, the floor of my closet was running over.
It was running over. It was already running over.
So you did something.
We did that. We did that when we moved. We gave away a lot of stuff. You don't realize how much stuff that you've hoarded until you clean up.
But the thing is, about two hours later, I got a message on that stream, on that post, like, "Hey, I wear a size 11." I was like, "Oh, you about 2 hours too late."
2 hours too late.
I'd rather give them to somebody I know.
Yeah, always.
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
Why you say no, Mama Noise? It is hoarding.
Because it's not. You
Mama
try to make
Noise.
it seem like everybody hoards. It's some stuff you may have accumulated.
It's a little bit of hoarding.
It's when there were shoes in there that are so narrow they hurt my feet, and I was keeping them anyway. That's hoarding.
That's hoarding. Mama Noise, I found documents when we were packing from 1999. That's hoarding.
Listen, when we did clean out everything, it was nice that I had the participation of all my family members to help me to be able to sift through those things and determine what stuff we needed.
That was a nice, pleasant way of saying intervention.
Right.
There's a hoarding show.
Sometimes you have to have somebody sit in a circle with you and help you get rid of the stuff.
No, I disagree. I think that we've we just sometimes you just need a team of people to go through stuff and help you go through things.
I mean, that's fine, but sometimes you just need those away. You're hoarding.
But you know what? I am married to a songwriter, and he likes to write songs on everything: napkins, the back of papers, back of it, the inside of a book. I mean, there's all kinds of places that I found songs. And if I would have just went ahead and just grabbed up the box and just threw it away, I would have missed out on the very first sketch of Noise, all the songs that you've written for different people's birthday parties and weddings and all this stuff. I think all those things are sentimental. And so as much as you just say, toss it out, throw it out, way out, I'm saying, no, I just don't think that that's the right thing to do, is just hurry up and throw it out. I think it has to take time, and you methodically go through stuff to make sure there's nothing of value.
Well, first of all, let me just say, well played, because you tried to play on my emotions and sympathies to get me to co-sign your hoarding, but still, it's hoarding.
You know
There's
what?
stuff that unmute out. There you go.
Sifting through it is not the process of hoarding.
No,
That is the resolve from being a hoarder.
right. That's different. I don't mind sifting through it, but what I'm saying to you is there's a lot of stuff that we kept.
To your defense, Mama Noise, I grew up with your husband. He's got some tendencies as well.
I mean, there's that.
Not anymore.
There's
Not
that.
anymore, Al.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not the hoarder I used to be, Al.
And then why you keep them holy draws she been trying to throw away?
Don't you talk about my draws. Now that's wrong. What you did right there is wrong.
I'm just saying.
This is a brotherhood. This is a pact. This is a fraternity.
Right.
This is settled in blood. Don't do that. I got to.
You know what I determined as well. Since we're being totally transparent here, I explained to Mr. Noise that, you know, in my life, when I left home as a college student, I didn't get to go back home. You know, some people came from college and went back home to their parents' house. Well, I didn't have that. So because I didn't have that, everything I owned was with me, and I was carrying everything with me. So then I got my first apartment. I had all that stuff with me from college and everything, because I didn't have most people have a grandmama's house that has a shed, or your mama and them basement or something that has a room somewhere that you can put stuff until you get on your own or whatever, or until you go through those things. I didn't have that. So I have a whole lot of things that has been following me around since I came back home in 92. So, you know, I didn't really have an opportunity to really sift through things.
I experienced a little bit of that when I came home from college. At that time, my mom was already raising my nieces and nephews.
So you just taking everything with you, and I'm like,
and
okay.
To this day, I'm missing a whole trunk of my personal belongings that I brought back. I thought I'd stored them in the attic at my grandmother's house, but shortly after she passed, I searched that attic and could not find them. It could be down in the cellar. I don't recall taking them down there, but I'm missing, and I know it exists because there are things that I treasured that I was aware of me owning. So I know that there's a whole trunk of my belongings somewhere.
And see, I was delivered from the hoarding spirit from the flood of 97, March 97, because I had taken all my stuff home to my mom's, and then I went on around the country doing some job interviews, and the stuff got flooded out in the basement. So I lost all that stuff from college, and that's where my deliverance came from. So I said,
not deliverance.
It was deliverance, because I stopped thinking. It was, because then I stopped thinking. I said, ain't no sense in trying to hold on to stuff when something happens.
No, you just lost your stuff and you trying to charge it to, well, it was deliverance.
This is my story. This is my testimony.
Well, I'm just telling you.
Anybody tell my testimony like I tell it? You don't know my story, Mama Noah.
Or the things that he's been through.
All you know is these last 23 years.
Oh, that's all. Well, clearly I am.
I'll be while you in the gospel mood. I was thinking to myself, as you was talking about searching high and low, I figured you searched all over.
Couldn't find nobody.
Mama, we're talking gospel right now. I'm sorry.
Oh,
why you? Mama Noise know God. She know that song.
I mean, coming from me on a regular.
She know that one. That one ain't no old one. She know that one. That's new school gospel. What's up, cuz?
Ain't nothing going on. Still trying to pay these white folk.
Are you doing it while staying cool? That's the real question.
Did you say pay these white folk?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what he said.
So you mean your staff, your
Oh, Amber Alert.
Oh Lord.
that's his servant buzzer.
That's the white folk in question.
Right now in Missouri City, Texas, there was a child abduction.
Oh no.
Where is that?
11 years old. I don't know where Missouri City is. I've never heard
I have
of it.
no idea where that is.
You said Missouri, Texas?
Missouri City.
Texas.
I would have to believe that's in the northern part of the state.
Really?
No,
There's stuff in there.
The upper northern part of the state. I'm just guessing.
Oh, okay. That sounds about right.
I don't think so. But
I could be way off though, but
I've never heard of it.
I never heard of it either. Oh, I stand corrected. It is within the Houston, Woodlands, and Sugarland metropolitan area.
Wow.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see it being in that area at all.
So what's the name of it again?
Missouri City.
Mm.
Shout out to the noisemakers. A Bruce is in the house. C May's in the house. Facebook users in the house.
That's Punkin.
She got too many monikers. She got too many.
What's her name?
Facebook
What's her name
user.
today?
Today is Facebook user.
That's she's on a burner phone.
You realize
She's on a burner phone. That's a burner account.
Bro, the other day she was on Beautiful Diamond. She came up Beautiful Diamond. I'm like, can you choose a name?
Beautiful black rough, some kind of diamond. It's like, oh no, you beautiful and black, but I don't know about all little diamond shit.
She might be hard around the edges. I don't know.
Oh my
You know, sometimes you gotta shine them up.
Yes, you do.
Y'all hard.
Yes, you do.
You know, we all got some rough edges that need to be made smooth. We all got
Absolutely. Absolutely. I discovered. Go ahead.
What's the temperature in Texas? Because Anthony Bruce said.
Let me look one more time. Yeah, it still says it. It says hot as hell.
No, it don't.
That's a quote.
I just looked at it.
It is 20 minutes to 8 here in Louisville, Kentucky, and the actual temperature is 95. The heat index is 101.
Wow.
Wow. That's hot for y'all.
Yeah.
And we got 3 more days of this. We're expecting a cold front, supposed to be in the low 90s.
You guys are hotter than us right now. Where I am, it's just 97 degrees.
Well, that's actually. Do y'all not get heat indices?
Heat index?
Yeah. See, we get that sticky, balmy, muggy weather that says, you know what?
We do,
kick
but
it up a few notches.
We don't have that as bad because when you walk out here, it's like an oven. It just says hot as hell. I mean,
right.
I
saw something where people in Texas were buying tents to put over their
air conditioning unit. Mm.
Oh, so it won't burn out. Try to keep it coolish, whatever that is.
Listen.
Yeah, it's 96 here with the heat index of 105.
Good God.
Yes, hot, man.
Jumbo Hey.
It looked like Black Pretty Diamond just said it's 92 in Detroit.
But she can't be in this conversation.
They get a breeze off the lake.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, you can't be in this conversation. That was irrelevant.
Detroit don't get no breeze off no lake.
It don't.
No. They get a breeze off the river, but they don't want that breeze. That river polluted.
Oh.
The smell alone will kill you.
Ain't no breeze come off the Ohio River?
Ohio River?
I'm talking to Al.
I'm talking to Al. The Ohio River goes through.
Nigga, you've been down to the waterfront. You ever felt a breeze?
I ain't never felt no breeze. And no, Pumpkin Noise, you cannot be a part of this conversation. 92. You don't even
Talk
get to
about
go to class.
You got to breathe.
92.
Breathe.
They ain't got no breeze. They ain't got no breeze.
Yeah,
Oh my
you
gosh.
just make up weather reports. You can't do that.
You know Detroit ain't got no breeze because they still got all that trash in the street. That shit, it ain't blowing that away. So shit,
Oh no. See that?
that's too much.
They should probably
And see, that don't count because Cleveland is probably the most, and I got nothing against folks from Cleveland, but I've never seen so much debris blowing around public facilities as I did in Cleveland. And, you know, they get a nice little breeze off of Erie. So,
Wow. That's interesting.
I've never been to Cleveland. I've been to Columbus and I've been to Toledo, but I've never been to Cleveland.
you ain't missing nothing.
I've been to Cleveland as a child. I don't.
see it.
Why would you want to go to Cleveland? Like, what would be
I
the?
want to see it. Hey, listen, if I could tolerate Chicago, I mean not Chicago, Detroit. If I could tolerate Detroit.
But I did go to Columbus, and it was one of the cleanest cities I had ever seen.
Nice city. Nice city.
Columbus is nice.
City.
Columbus is nice.
Nice city. I thought so too.
But their Wahites are very strict, though, so that's why.
I heard
When
that they
I
had
went to Canada, I did not see one cigarette butt laying in
that too. I remember that in Canada. That was
not
really
one
nice.
cigarette butt laying in a gutter, a curb, nothing.
Well, quiet as kept downtown Dallas is the same way. Like they don't really F around with.
What?
No, they don't. Like if you go downtown Dallas, it's not bad. It's not.
No,
bad.
wait a minute. I was scared to go into 7-Eleven because of all them people hanging out there on the
That's because you're scared.
Right.
Well, I'm just saying.
It's more of that than anything. It's not because it was trashy. It's just because you have.
They got a side where there's none of that, and there's a side that is all of that.
Stop it, Mama Noise. You are correct, though, Mama Noise. There is a section down there by the train track.
I was getting ready to say, well, we saw a full-size mattress.
Where the 7-Eleven is, that part down there is trash. You are correct.
What mattress?
Oh, it's an overpass. Overpass.
Well, that's where the homeless people were staying.
What?
We're not talking about that.
So
now,
you trying to say
everybody got homeless.
Downtown Dallas is pristine. I'm just saying
It
no,
is
not all
clean.
There are parts of it that's very, very clean.
They're very clean.
Oh,
Are you trying to call the homeless people trash?
I'm saying
it does make the area look a certain way now, Mr. Norris. Come on.
Okay, but I don't want to call them trash though. That seems a little harsh.
She didn't call them trash.
Let's not call them trash.
Mr. Noise, everybody ain't you.
Ooh.
I wasn't gonna call nobody trash. What do you mean by that?
Let's move on. But they generally don't try to find trash receptacles. They just drop their shit right there where it be.
Right.
Listen,
they try to sleep. That's different. Different.
We live in Plano. And when that guy just whipped his stuff out and started peeing right there.
Yeah.
Right there in front of the T-Mobile. I was like, wow. What is happening? I was like, ain't a bush, a tree, somewhere nearby? He like, forget trying to wait. I got to go right now.
Mama Noise, was it that big? Is that why you said wow?
No. I said wow because I couldn't believe that I was witnessing this. I'm saying this is a modern looking T-Mobile. This wasn't some raggedy, some place, whatever. This was broad daylight. This was in the middle of the day.
Mama Lord, let me say this seriously. All joking aside, y'all know I'm thrown off a little bit sometimes. But just keep living. Just keep living. Sometimes when that urination hits you,
nope.
You got to go. You got to go. You got to go.
Nope. You've been knowing that it hit you before it actually.
Noise, and I don't condone what the man did. I don't condone whipping it out in the same fashion that he did. However, I do understand.
No.
Sometimes you have to go. Sometimes you ain't no more home.
Because if I'm gonna be honest with you, if the options are
that's right,
whip it out right there or pee on yourself, y'all about to get this.
But you knew you had to pee before you had to pee on
Sometimes you don't know, Mama Noise. Sometimes you don't know.
Yes, you do.
Don't know.
No, you don't. Every now and then it'll hit you.
Well, then why you just don't go in your car?
Why would I do that?
Because you know how to wait till you get to a certain location.
Why would I just whip it out in the car? That's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. Why would you do it in your car? So you're not going to do it in your car. You wait until you get to a location that's a lot better.
Mama, do you not understand how waste works?
I understand how waste works, and I'll wait till I get home.
But I'm just saying, waste is a thing where you're trying to dispose of. You're not trying to.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. He did not wait.
Now we back to hoarding. You
No,
don't hoard
he did
waste.
not wait to get rid of his waste in a location that was better than
Mama
right in
Noise,
front of
first
the
of
store.
all, what you're not going to do is try to speak as a representative of men. You can't do that. You don't know the plight. You don't know the struggle. And especially when you get older and your bladder's working overtime. Sometimes you got to
You don't know that experience because you're not old yet.
I sound old. I'm older. And my bladder is, look, Mama Noise, let's keep it 100 with these people, okay? Can we do that with the noise maker? Let's keep it 100. Sometimes I'll be up in the middle of the night, going to the bathroom 2-3 times. I hate it. But that's what's happening. The bladder's like, hey, you want this good? You want to pee in this bed? Or you want to go get rid of this? What you want to do? You gotta get up and go.
First of all, you need to stop drinking liquids so much all the way up until late at night. Then you won't have to be woke up in the middle of the night going to the bathroom.
Part of that is true, but not all of it. No, part of that is true, and part of it is not all of it.
I know it's true. It's the same concept we teach babies. Babies don't give them nothing to drink all the way up until the middle of the night. Then they don't pee in the bed.
Mama Noise, that's partly true. That's not completely true. As men, we function different than you. You're a woman. You don't know. Maybe the vagina works completely different than the penis, but the penis sometimes has a mind of its own. It'd be like, hey, man, it's time. Ain't no negotiations. Just got to go.
Thank you, Charlotte, because it's so much testosterone.
Charlotte don't know nothing. Charlotte don't know no more than you know.
Well, I would say this.
That's your source of support.
I have another woman supporting.
Well, bully for you.
She don't count. She pumpkin seeds. Listen.
Pumpkin seeds. That's who you riding with?
Yeah. Can't do that.
I wouldn't do that.
Listen, seriously. I like to work around my house. I like to do stuff indoors and outdoors. And sometimes I could be doing something and I feel that little thing say, hey, it's time for you to go use the bathroom. But I keep working. I got work to do. I'm working. But the second time it calls and say, hey, did you hear we say we got I find myself breaking out with a run. Because ain't no more holding.
Oh, what? You mean you didn't grab one of your bushes and use it outside?
He could have.
I ain't gonna piss around my house.
Why didn't you just pop it out in your flower bed and just go ahead then, since you said you was told twice and you didn't respond, so then you said I had to get a run. You saying it like y'all men are saying, well, all you got to do is, you got to go when you got to go with and grab a flower and go ahead and have at it.
Mama Lord, you got to stop being so verbal about issues. We trying to discuss what we go through as we get older. And you telling us we're all tracked up.
You said you be working outside, so you trying to say you feel the plight of the homeless man that just felt like he should whip it out in front of T-Mobile.
I feel his plight.
So when I'm in the kitchen washing dishes, should I rip it out on the floor there too?
That's what you saying. You saying us feel it, and then the second time, we gotta what? You gotta go ahead and get what's close.
That's not what we said. What I said was I don't condone his actions, but I do understand. And by the way, to Anthony Bruce, because he's right. Normally, I was concerned when it first started happening. It started happening years ago, and I got it checked, and I was like, "Well, what is this? Why I keep going?" And she said I was fine, but she did also say I probably need to cut the drinking off at a certain time. So Mama knows ain't completely wrong, but at the same time, what am I do? It's 8:00 and I'm thirsty.
Well, I mean, my problem is she has no empathy. She just jacking us like we all jacked up, and that ain't the case.
It's not the case.
Can you feel what we're trying to tell you?
Mama Noise, we just talked about having a safe space to talk to women, be vulnerable. Yeah. Now look what you're doing to me. jacking up my safe space.
No, I'm simply saying.
No.
You're saying it's a man thing, and I'm saying it's a bladder thing. The bladder thing.
And I'm
both
saying,
have a bladder.
I'm saying this is a safe space. Let me say what I want to say. I don't need you to diagnose it.
Nobody saying nothing about your diagnose. You already got that from the lady doctor you just said.
First of all, don't hate on my doctor. And second of all, yes, I did. And she told me what to do. But that's not the point. The point is, whatever I offer you, support me. Remember the truth?
Support you.
Remember the truth? Okay, then.
Still a bladder thing.
Whatever. You know what? You just gotta have the last word. Mama, some women just gotta have the last word.
Thank you, Pumpkin. You know what? Sometimes when I be talking
She
all this
don't know nothing. She ain't got nary a medical degree. She don't know no more than you do.
It's a bladder thing. I don't know why you keep on trying to act like it's a woman thing or a male thing.
Whatever.
Stop drinking fluids at a certain time of night.
That's what I'm not going to do.
You finna be grown and do what you want.
Whatever.
Do women have prostates?
No.
Okay.
And you can't speak on none of this.
You got a bladder, just like we got a bladder.
Anyway.
Sometimes your organs inside of the male pushes on the bladder, and it won't allow you to hold as long as you used to be able to hold. Same thing with orgasm. I used to hold back on the orgasm. I could hold back for shit. I could just hold back, but now,
Lord, help me to hold back.
ain't no holding out no more. Hey.
Until that's not a song.
I just get my apologies ready. I'm sorry. Shit, I'm sorry.
I did what I could do. Speaking of apologies. Did y'all see the Kim Burrell thing? This is Black Friday, y'all. In case y'all were wondering what today's show is, we got some fun stuff we're gonna do later on. But this is Black Friday, so we got some information that we got to pass on to the peoples. Did y'all see the whole Kim Burrell thing? Have you been keeping up with that? Because for those who have not been keeping up with it and you are clueless to what we are talking about, let me just say first and foremost, I am not necessarily a Kim Burrell fan. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not. She's okay to me. Well, because I like to be honest with the people, because some of y'all might think the comments that I'm gonna make here in just a minute might be a little harsh. So I'm telling you right off the bat that I'm not a huge fan. So though my comments may seem strong, I'm not commenting solely on the fact that I'm not a fan. I'm commenting solely on what happened. So she preached some message at her pastor's church or whatever this church was.
It was during a sermon?
Yeah,
No.
she preached this. Yeah, she was serving.
That was during a concert.
I was getting ready to say, I don't remember that it was a sermon. You know what, Mr. Norris?
You know how they take a break when they're tired of singing, they talk a little bit?
Oh, so she did that. Okay. Well, the bottom line is she fancies herself as a pastor.
Oh.
So
as a pastor, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So this is what she said. I will let you see what she said.
You know, sometimes before we get friends, we have to do an interview. How long have you been broke? How many times have you changed your name on your light bill? How many of your bills in your little cousin's name? Do you live in a trailer home or a house? Church, thank God we're here. Those of us who are walking by faith without a mask and no vaccine. Because who likes to be told you're just ugly? No one likes to be told that. You know, especially when they have realized it. All right. Most don't get offended until they know the bad thing about themselves. And then somebody else recognizes and says, oh, I saw the ugly too. I just wanted to let you know. So anyway, y'all get that later. God is great. All of you are beautiful. I haven't chosen anyone to be ugly yet. Most of you have on hats covering most of that anyway. Here's to you. I have a great personality.
So it wasn't the part that people took tremendous umbrage against was the ugly part, the way she came for people being quote unquote ugly, whatever that meant. So she issued a letter the day after because they was coming for her on social media. She said, as a kingdom citizen and a woman of integrity, I can acknowledge that some of my words, even if I said in jest, can be offensive. My intention is never to hurt anyone, but to spread love, laughter, and more importantly, the gift which God has given me in song. If anyone was offended, I can sincerely say I apologize. With that being said, the irony in this is that those who are criticizing my statement are displaying the very thing they have accused me of. However, it's not been humorous or in jest. My image has been used in multiple places, and false statements and narratives have been created. The punitive damages for some are quite lofty. Please be mindful of what is both written and said via video about me, especially if it contains untruths. Slander and defamation are not taken lightly, especially if it affects my name, image, or brand. Those pages where in vile comments and false narratives have been created have been noted, reported, and hopefully silenced. Again, I will apologize if anyone thought that my humor was malicious, but I will not, under any circumstances, tolerate harassment, slander, or for my character to be defamed. So that was her first apology. And then she got re-ripped on that. So then finally, she went to social media and she decided, let me go back and see if I can give the type of apology that'll shut all this down and allow me to live my life in the peace that I had previously. So this was the final apology that she gave the peoples.
Hello, everybody. This is Kim Burrell. I'm sorry. I mean it. I mean that. Not from the letter, from my heart. I released a letter 2 days ago. It did not convey right at all. And I must tell you this. It was from an attorney that asked me to do it because the latter part, y'all know I know, it was offensive. It should have been. It was not my intent for it to be, but it was her wording to say they need to be aware because of the person you are and that. I said, nah. My friends called me and said, no, there are still people who are hurt from the part of them that they love about you. Come back. That's not the only reason I came back, because I still said, come on, but they didn't feel my heart. I came back because I do love you. This ain't about dates. This ain't about keeping my career. This is about keeping the love real. I love you guys so much. And I'm really, truly sorry. I did not want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. I don't plan on hurting you. And I pray that you will heal from this. I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. I love you. Wait and see. I do.
So okay. Clearly she was joking in the sermon, and the joke.
It wasn't a sermon.
Okay, well, whatever that was, let me get some air talk. Let me breathe, wipe the sweat off my face talk, whatever that was. She was trying to be funny in some areas and deep, I guess, and none of it came across well or didn't translate well to the people in the room, and it definitely hasn't transferred well in social media. But let's not kid ourselves. You are doing this because you're trying to protect your brand and your dates. Now, nobody involves a lawyer in a moment like this if you're just trying to issue an apology. You don't need a lawyer to issue an apology. Just issue an apology. But you involve a lawyer because something is wrong, and maybe some calls have been made, maybe some pastors have said, we don't want you at our church, or some people have said, nah, we good on Kim Burrell now. So I get it. I get why you made the apology, what you did. My only thing about the whole thing was, and again, the video was edited, so we don't really truly know the context by which she said some of these things, though in a vacuum, we will say it doesn't look good. But my only thing was explain the narrative of why you did it, and then issue the apology so that people can understand and have context. Because a snippet sounds bad, but I realize there's people that can take snippets of what we've said here and turn that into a bad situation. So I'm not going to crucify her so much for what she said, because I don't really know what she said. I know what those snippets told me.
The entire video is out there.
Did you see the whole video?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can speak on it. So I'm going to pause now and let Cuz speak on the entire video. What was your thoughts on the entire video? Because I haven't seen the entire video.
I believe that she was being humorous, comical, but at the same time, she was being shady, and it came across as shady, and putting people down. But at the same time, this is something that we have to deal with as a people. We get offended too fast, too quick. It's Kim Burrell, been singing gospel and blessing people for a long time.
But that is a part of her personality, though.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, yeah, that is a part of her person. She is kind of shady.
I mean, she kind of sharp on conversations. So what?
Very much so.
My mother was an asshole too. I mean, so what? I mean, you know, reality is we gotta stop being so willing to jump on people. It's like we have nothing else to do. Like we bored. We just sit around and wait to be offended. And now we're offended. We're gonna try to cancel you. We're gonna slam you. We're gonna come on. This is my thoughts. This is not the thoughts of Noah's media. Get a fucking life.
Oh wow.
Stop trying to destroy life because you offended.
Yeah.
I'll
just say this. I with Kim, she's kind of that way though. Like that's kind of who she is. She's kind of abrasive, sharp. She's kind of one of those Christian, if I can say it this way, she's kind of one of those Christian diva types.
Be careful.
Well, she's a Christian diva type. Like, you know.
Why? Because Whitney was her friend?
What now?
Why? Because Whitney was her friend?
No, because she's kind of a diva type. She's very diva-ish.
I know was big. You know she was big as two houses, right?
At one point she was huge. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And with that weight that she carried for so long, sometimes people become very abrasive because that's a defense mechanism.
Oh, you saying she never let that part go?
The bitterness.
I'm just saying sometimes people comedians become jokers because they were picked on as kids. So they go though. I mean.
No, that's a good point. That's a very good point. And she may be still using. Maybe she lost the weight, but physically, but never lost it mentally and psychologically, and so she's still struggling. And that harshness is comes out. And that's probably more likely true, which makes it a really good point. But I just think if you're gonna apologize, just apologize. Don't involve your lawyers. Don't involve just go apologize. If you know because I think she knew she was wrong, and then she tried to go fix it the diva gospel music way, and that failed miserably. And so her gospel friends were like, "Hey, come on, you gotta do better than that." But there are others that say at her core she's a good person, and I think she may be. But there's this other side that's kind of harsh and abrasive, and you got to fix. That stuff comes out, man, and I don't know. Mama Noise, what you think?
I feel like sometimes, that especially when we're in the pulpit, sometimes folks get slick and start letting the slick stuff slide that, you feel like ain't nobody gonna say nothing, because it's the pulpit. I'm listening to what she said. Okay, I heard a few things, but then you start, was you trying to be funny? What was you reaching for? You like, for those of us who got the electric bill and somebody else's name, it's just like, I'm not trying to be super sensitive, but I've always felt like, okay, there's a way you can say what you want to say without, maybe they got a reason that they got their electric bill in their mama name. Maybe they got a reason that they got to get somebody in somebody else's name. Maybe there's a reason for that, and you ain't having those problems because you doing all right financially. So here you are talking about broke and this and that. And it's like, okay, been a long time since you've been broke. Okay, then, back up where you felt like that's what you need to slide. You need to slick talk that from the pulpit, and you slick talk who's trailer parking, and you slick talking. It's like, come on, what do you really have to say? Is there something you want to say? Then say that. All that other glaze and all that other syrup you're trying to put on it to try to say what you really want to say, just get to the point. You feel like you got to throw pot shots before you get to what you really want to say? So I heard what she said, but it was like, come on, man. And now you want to, I love you guys. I just love you. You look cast.
That's not how she sounded, Mama Lo. That's not how she sounded.
I guess the only reason why I'll co-sign a little bit what Mama Noise is saying, because later on in that same service, I'm sure somebody took up an offering to pay for your honorarium from the very same people that you was spitting.
You ain't there for free while you up there trying to dig off on other folks about yo electric bill, yo this, yo that, yo blah blah blah. Okay, well then do it for free then. Then it's a whole other conversation.
She was trying to be funny. Cut that shit out.
Then don't. If you ain't funny, just admit you're not funny.
The bottom line is you ain't got a problem with David Chappelle cutting niggas by the throat.
He's a comedian. Your tail is in the pulpit of God. Get your raggedy self off the pulpit and come down on the floor and have a conversation.
Jokes are jokes. Whether I'm good at telling them or not, they're still jokes. And jokes oftentimes do offend people. So
but shouldn't the joke be funny?
But your whole David Chappelle, like he next to God.
He is. He is. He's amazing. But shouldn't the joke be funny though?
Like I said, everybody can't tell jokes, but everybody wants. Most people want to be funny. Hell, I want to be funny all the time. My shit just is dry. It ain't funny, but I damn sure laugh my own shit.
Right. Well, here's what we need to tell it in. Stop telling jokes, Kim Burrell. That's not your ministry.
Yeah, but we don't have to slam her either.
We don't have to what?
We don't have to slam her either.
She already slammed people. Ha ha ha!
Stop it! Stop it! We need to stop this.
Should it? Okay. You said we shouldn't slam her. I'm just trying to understand.
Listen. Social media, Black Twitter, whatever you want to call it. We just waiting to be offended, and we just run with it, and we run people right into the ground. And people are genuinely sorry that I offended you. I say shit on here all the time. I know it can be offensive, but I'm really a jokester. It might not be funny, but I'm a jokester.
Right.
I mean, the bottom line is,
I'm saying I don't think we should.
Why do we have to?
I accept the apology.
No, no, you don't. No, you don't.
I
No, you
do.
don't.
I didn't say I'm trying to cancel it.
You judge the motive behind the apology.
Oh, she definitely had a motive. Let's not be stupid.
You don't
She absolutely
know
had
her
a motive.
heart. You don't know her heart.
Cause when you offend people, do you call your lawyer to get him to make the apology for you?
I ain't got no money. People
What
were
does it
coming
have to
for
do?
her. People were coming for her online. And what her
Listen to me,
lawyer was trying to say is, I'm not going to be trolled.
Cause listen to me. When you offend people, it don't matter if you got money. Unless you knew you about to lose your money. Now you call your lawyer.
Yes,
So yes, I said so. I don't. So let's be honest. I don't have no problem with you calling them, because if your issue's drying up, then okay, you got to call your lawyer, help you stop the bleeding. I get it, but just be honest with that. Don't tell me I'm not doing this because I'm losing dates. No, you are doing this because you're losing dates, or dates have been threatened to be lost. There's a reason why you called your lawyer. You called him because this is bad. The PR of this is bad. It got picked up by numerous sites. So, I mean, you can wave your hand all you want to. It don't change the truth, my brother.
Because miserable ass people want to see other people miserable. They ain't got nothing else better to do. God damn.
And yet and still, it doesn't change the fact. It doesn't change the fact that she made a choice to do what she did on that stage. And when that choice was made, people, whether you think they're miserable, whether you think they whatever, they felt offended. Some people in the room, matter of fact, some people in the room felt offended. You know how I know? Because they put a whole video together to tell you what she said. Didn't nobody know that she was at that church outside of the people that go to that church. So she did what she had to do to stop the bleeding. I ain't mad at her for that.
I don't know. I don't know. It's as if we don't. What's the whole point of being a Christian if you can't give people grace?
We are giving her grace. I'm not saying she needs to be canceled. I'm not saying that, and I wouldn't say that.
But our words are damaging, and people just pile on top of the words.
Well, what about the words she said?
Right.
If I come into church and I got my little raggedy $10 and I'm up here thinking I'm doing something with it because that's all I got, then you're going to rear back in your Gucci this and that, talking about trailer parks and electric bill and somebody else's name and y'all broke and stuff like that. Well, break somebody off then. Where's your checkbook? Then you just make it rain then if you're rolling like that. Before you stand in God's pulpit and start trying to be funny about why people ain't got no money, but yet you want the money when they want for your honorarium. So that's all I'm saying. I would take offense to that. I've been in the pulpit many a time when they had to ask for money, and I've never degraded people first and said he at the end of it, trying to be funny, but you sat there and just berated the people first. That's I didn't like that. So have some grace and get your life together. You won't ask people for money, then ask the people with grace instead of with that what you did. That's all I'm
talking about. She was talking about, if you watch the whole video, how we as a people need to make better choices about who we surround ourselves with. That's what she was really talking about originally. And that is as true as I am ugly. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me good. That's a true statement. We have to start making better. We have to start making better choices. And in her statement, she said, we have to make better choices. Now, what she said was offensive. I get that. It can offend some people. But we as a people need to stop getting so offended so quickly and start analyzing, is what you're saying, does it have some truth to it? It's an ongoing joke in the Black community. We know people have put and do put their children on the light bill. They get credit in their kids' name. We all know that happens. And most of us say that's shady as hell because you're screwing up that kid's credit for the rest of their life because your ass ain't gonna pay the bills. So all of us know it's shady, but yet she said on the stage, and we so offended. Don't stop.
I don't think, well, okay, I don't know. I can't tell people what they were offended by. My only thing was what she said. If the message was as simple as watch who you're around and you keep it in that pocket, I don't think this ever becomes a viral video. The where it became a viral video and where most people took offense to it when she started calling people ugly. And you're like, okay, Kim,
ugly, broke, trailer park.
Well, the ugly is the one I saw more so than the broke, Mama Noise. But I hear what you're saying. But I'm saying, she went too far. Is what I'm saying. The message may have been good, and you went too far. And so the point of that, what I'm saying about that, because everything that you said prior to that had merit gets lost in the fact that you went too damn far. So I can't hear what you said on the other part because you done now went too far. You done crossed all the lines. So it'd be better just to shut the fuck up and then, come back with a real apology. That's all. But I understand. I understand what you're saying. So hopefully this last apology will stop the bleeding and she'll be able to recover from it. She may have to go sit down for a few months.
I keep thinking about because about Dave Chappelle and every other comedian that's like, man, these are comedians. That's their thing, their career. They're comedians. And they don't even get off the hook. If they say something that's excessive, we got to walk out at Netflix. People that say, you going to put his stuff on here, I'm walking out. You got the people that's boycotting because they, a certain gender and all. Well, I don't like that. People to get up, start trying to heckle in, they get to give their response. So this is the people's, because you're thinking in the church, that's not going to happen. I'm not getting ready to go to the church and have the type of stuff that happens on a comedy show in the church. I'm not expecting it there. And so you thinking the place that people are supposed to have the grace and compassion is at the church. So I don't expect them to tell me about me being broke. If I'm broke, I already knew that when I came in, but I'm hoping to get some hope here or some faith here or encouragement here. I ain't expecting to get you broke, you're ugly, you this, you that. I'm just playing. And then Jensen Franklin, I saw a video of his the other day. He was talking about Boaz, and then he said, because I saw on YouTube there was something called Boaz. You got a cousin named Broke Ass. You got a cousin named Poaz. And I'm sitting there going, this is all from the pulpit. I'm sitting there going, wow. Okay, I did see that in the rotation of some news feed. It was, like a post, but I never heard anybody say it from the pulpit. So it was like, what is happening? But
he was the first person I ever heard say it. I don't know if he was the first person that said it, but he was the first person I ever heard say it.
And as a white pastor,
an old sermon.
As a white pastor to say, well, and somebody was like, apparently he had something to get off his chest. I was like, because I've heard many a white pastor say Boaz, but for him to go the extra mile and say, because you want to stay away from Boaz's cousins, Poaz and Broke Ass, I was like, wow.
I just felt like he was letting off some steam because he ain't had a chance to really cuss like he was. So he was like, I got him now, boy. I can go and work this text. And
I know he probably
cuss words out and feel good.
I felt like he was taking a few liberties. He got a few black people in his congregation.
But that's not really what I'm talking about, though, Mama. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I get the performance and the poetic license that he took in that message. I get all that.
Yeah.
And I think that's a joke that we can all laugh at.
Because it was generalizing?
Well, it was generalizing and it wasn't targeted towards somebody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's just making an observation and building a point off that observation. I get it. Is it crass? That's up to the individual. It doesn't bother me, but others may, other real churchy people might find that offensive. I get it.
Okay.
But when the joke is targeted or it feels targeted at someone, people are gonna feel different about that. And so, are people being uber sensitive, like Cuz is saying? Possibly. But when you've offended people in the church, we know what it is. Y'all know what it is. When you offend people in the church, you got to own it and make the apology. That's just what it is.
I've been in many services. If somebody don't like what's being said, they get up, leave. Sometimes you never hear about the offense until later. So now we're in a time where folks is videotaping. You know, they recording this week's service or whatever, but you don't expect for somebody to, you know, make a statement and then it be a clip of it and then it gets in rotation in social media.
So anyway, Cuz don't like it. He wants people to just stop being sensitive. So I get it.
I want us to have a little bit more grace towards one another.
Well, they didn't counsel her yet.
Judge the wholeness of the person. And if you be offended, you can go through the rest of your life being offended every other damn day.
That's true. I was not offended by what she said at all. I just thought it was typical of her.
We need to learn from some of the harsh, hard-cutting words that are thrown our way sometimes. We need to learn from some of it. I'm not saying that, you know, necessarily that's tough love, but sometimes you need to hear the nakedness of the truth. You don't need to hear it sweetened up with sweet and low. You need to hear the whole truth sometimes, and sometimes that can cut and bite and hurt.
But because I don't think people have a problem hearing the cut that hits
black people.
Yeah, I'm be honest with you. This is my opinion. I don't think black people have a problem hearing a word from the Lord that cuts. I think they have a problem with you targeting something that has no foundational merit to any scripture. You just said something random and reckless.
That video of TD Jakes talking about women, people got offended. We're just waiting to get offended. And the man wasn't wrong. Now I think he could have taken it a step further, but he wasn't wrong.
Well, tell me, what did he say that you felt that somebody took wrong and that people stole up about? Bishop Jakes.
But that group was going to be offended by that, no matter how he said that.
It seemed like he was
because of raising boys.
What? I'm sorry. No. It seemed like he was targeting women.
Okay.
Women for the way that they're raising kids.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They about to come for you because you trying to come for the bishop.
And listen. I understand what she's saying, but people still are on the internet talking about what he said, and they're unhappy with what he said. All the good the man has done, all the messages he preaches to uplift, they grabbed that one sermon that one day, and now they're ready to say he ain't right. No.
Well, now listen. I do think there are people that I don't disagree with what you're saying, that people are uber sensitive and looking. Sometimes they're even looking to be offended. So I don't disagree with that part of it.
They're the loudest ones,
and that's why
like Twitter.
Right. That's why I try to take things on a case-by-case basis. So I try to listen to the whole statement, and I try to put it in the context by which the statement is made before I decide whether or not I'm, how I feel about it. And so when I read and understood what Bishop Jakes was saying, I was not offended by it at all. I think there are strong parts of that he, he has a very strong point. And but again, there's a big difference between disagreeing with what somebody said and being offended. Let's be able to disagree without always being offended.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I think you're trying. That's what. Now, if you want to say that, then I'm okay with that.
What is offense?
personal offense, when you take it personal. Listen, she said sometimes it's not that people are calling you ugly, it's that you realize you are ugly. It's not that people are calling you broke, you know you broke. So it's that somebody else has recognized this in me that I'm going through. Listen, if you walking down the street, right quick, I'm gonna shut up. Listen, no, stop looking like that.
You're doing good. You're doing good. You're doing good. Preach on.
If you walking down the street right now and you know you got money in the bank, money in your pocket, you know you got a nice car and you got a nice home, and you come across a homeless guy that's sitting there dirty, nasty, stanky, and funky. I say something wrong? Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm sorry. You come across that person on the street, and that person says to you, "Hey man, you got some spare change?" You say, "No, man, I ain't got nothing for you." And you hear him say under his breath as you're walking away from him, "Broke ass nigga." Will you be offended? No, because he's broke. Right. You got money. You know your situation ain't the broke ass nigga situation. It's that when people touch where you are, where they touch you right where you are, that's when you get offended.
I think the touch you where you are is when you say, I don't know if that was what I meant to say. When I think the offense is you've been blessed, you don't have any of those problems, and you got the audacity to rear your raggedy self back and say that about somebody else, like God can't snap his fingers and put your tail in the broke situation, putting an electric bill in a situation and being in a trailer park situation. That's where I'm at with the offense part.
Yeah, I would say one of the reasons why somebody might have been offended in that situation is because we paid for your ticket for you to be here. So the truth is, if I'm not paying for you to be successful, you and I are the same. Your success is because me and people like me who maybe even have taken our last after we paid the light bill that was in our child's name. We took our last to buy a ticket to your concert or to pay for your CD. So now I'm offended because you don't appreciate the fact that we helped you make your success. You're not here because you're so talented. You're here because we thought you were talented and decided to be able to, we want to bless you because of your talent. If we don't have that, there are other people in this church that can sing just like Kim Burrell. But we decided that we wanted to bless Kim Burrell and change the situation in her life. So that might be the point of offense right there. How you gonna come in here asking us to buy tickets to this concert and at the same time berating us in the midst of it? That's a little much to take.
I would say this, and I understand what you just said about that. But those generally that are most offended are those with the lowest self-esteem. If you think highly of yourself, what others say about you does not matter. Now, I know those that are closest to you can still hurt you. Your spouse can still get under that relationship.
Right.
But we give too much value to people that really don't matter in our lives. We are offended by people that really don't matter in our day-to-day lives. That's because we don't really feel good about ourselves. We need to think better about who we are.
I don't disagree with that as well, because I think all the things that we've just said, all of that could be true. And that's the point of not making the comment in the first place. Just that ain't your bag, man. And that ain't funny to a lot of people. So just don't even go down that lane. Just stay away from that. That ain't what you, and like Tara said, that really wasn't what you was brought here to do anyway. You were brought there to encourage people and to uplift them. So just do that.
That's all she was trying to do. I told you the whole sermon, you got me saying something. The whole speech was to teach us that we need to start making better choices. We need to stop blaming other people for the choices that we're making. We need to change our circle. And that's all true stuff.
And that is true, but stay there and then stop.
I'm saying because you skid off the rails.
Yeah, it's skidded off the rails. And I think she knows that, hopefully knows that now. Maybe she's learned the lesson. We'll see. So that was just an interesting thing that happened on Black Friday. You know,
great conversation, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta bring this up. This ain't a Black Friday necessarily moment, but it is news, and it's breaking news, huge breaking news. Vince McMahon has resigned
What?
from the WWE.
Damn.
A lot of people give a damn.
Is it because of all of his hush money?
It is because of the now he says it's because he's close to 77 and
Lies.
it's his time and blah 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 blah. Now,
Lies.
nigga, with all due respect to Vince, and I like Vince, but you a hoe, bro. And that shit came out. And you had to take this L.
All those millions of dollars of hush money you keep trying to pay folks off because you know you out doing it.
I think people tied to his board and to his stocks said, Vince, here are your options. Either I divest my money out of your company or you resign and we keep the train moving. What would you like to do, sir?
How much of a parachute is he getting from?
Well, that's just it. I don't think he's still the majority owner, and I don't think he is leaving the company in that particular case. Like they're not buying him out, or at least not yet. Now that may come down the line depending on what the backlash from the resignation is, because some people that's not enough. Some people want it all, like you said, because some people want to cancel you, and so.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay, Mama, no, you don't let me finish my statement. Go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna do like Cuz before I forget my question.
You say, all right.
Oh no.
You forgot?
Go.
No, I know what it was. So
Yeah,
is this the same type of situation of like what they did with what's his name, John Schnatner?
No.
For Papa John.
No, I don't think it was because John was out of order from a racist perspective, and they somebody set him up. Then nobody set Vince up. Vince took company money and paid off these girls. One girl got a raise.
You feel like the company money is his money.
Well, however he feel, it don't matter. The bottom line is Vince was out of order. Vince right now they said Vince has paid up to $12 million in money to hush these girls up.
That's right.
So Vince is out of order.
I think it's the same concept. I think that they say, look, let's just take his name off of this. He already got majority ownership, and that way we save the company.
That's what okay, Mama Noise. If that's what you mean, then yes, that's what they're doing. But I thought you were comparing the two events.
No, I'm not comparing because I know his was racism and his is a whole, plus his is for some tail. So that they're totally completely different.
Right. This was a pill.
Y'all know how much Vince McMahon is worth?
I think it's close to $1 billion, ain't it?
$2 billion.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Vincent. Listen, WWE, they ain't broke.
Listen. He just paid for some expensive kitty cat. That's all.
Don't say it like nonchalantly like that.
Because 14 million is like how much to somebody that's worth $2 billion?
I mean,
listen. Now, somebody worth $2 billion, that's not a lot of money.
It's not a lot of money. I mean, so he just
But this is not the first time. He done this several times.
This out here, man.
He buying quality cat.
Was it quality?
It might have been to him. He's paying that kind of money for it.
No, I think it was supposed to be hush money, and it ended up getting leaked.
Is he married?
Against out all along, and now because I can't believe that people didn't know he did this until just now. I think they've known all along. Huh?
Is he married?
Oh yeah, he's been married the whole time. To Linda Trump. I mean, not Linda Trump. I'm sorry, Linda McMahon. I said.
I was going to say what?
I didn't mean Linda Trump. She worked with Trump.
Well,
I don't even know Linda Trump. I don't know who that is.
Linda McMahon. Linda McMahon is her name.
His wife is probably like, look, he gets it at work or he gets it somewhere around there, so he don't get it in this house. But
Come on. You know the deal. He's a very outward kind of guy. I mean, he's very out there, you know?
Yeah.
You know, when I think of his situation, I think of that movie, A Family That Prays, when old girl said, we do a lot of things to for these comforts. So in order for me to be married to a $2.2 billion man, I have to settle for him running around paying $12 million for some for hush money.
So I gotta ask the ladies in the chat. I see Tara, I see Tara, I see Talkin NOIZ, and Mama Noise. I'll even ask you. If a man is worth $2 billion, can you forgive a few indiscretions?
Did you say a few indiscretions?
That's what we're talking about.
Why you only
I'll ask you as a man, if a woman is worth $3 billion or $2 billion or whatever it is, can you forgive a few indiscretions?
Yeah.
No.
You damn right I can.
No.
You don't walk away from that kind of money.
You keep in your pants with that kind of money.
I don't disagree, my Mama knows. You know, I believe in whatever that word is. Yeah, that word.
Yes,
I believe in that. I believe in that. But listen, when you roll in certain circles with certain y'all, you have to understand we really cannot relate to that kind of money and those types of circles. Everything we do on a daily basis to us involves trying to survive and trying to get a little bit ahead. But when you already got everything you want and you can get whatever you want, that's a different mentality of a person. Give me all the money I can get in this world and all of the power, then my true character will be shown. I believe that to my core.
What do you say?
Guys on here can be talking all the noise you want to talk. You can't relate to that mentality. I'm sorry, I called you.
Okay, so my mentality is supposed to change because I have everything that I want monetarily.
Mama Noise, it has to a degree. I'm
it
not
has to, you said?
Your mentality, yes. It has to a degree. I'm not saying you're going to go out there and flip and be the exact opposite person that you are. But money does change you. I mean, as much as we try to believe, don't let the money change. They even got a song, don't let money change you for the love of money. The reality is it does.
Ron made it to Texas. Shout out to Ron. He said, ninjas forgive broke ninjas and they will forgive a rich nigga. First of all, this is never going to be a problem you got to worry about, Mama Noise. So we're just speaking in hypotheticals right now. But I do think a lot of women would pause on leaving, especially if the paperwork is tight. Like if his paperwork is tight where you can't just walk away with the money you want. Because I hear what Tara's saying, I would sue. But if he got his paperwork tight, you can sue all you want. Listen, Dr. Dre, that girl tried to sue Dr. Dre thinking that his paperwork wasn't tight because she's a lawyer. And it turned out his paperwork was real tight. She couldn't get shit.
Tara, I will always believe that infidelity is bad. That's who I am as a person. I'm saying for people that have that kind of money, they don't necessarily think like we think. I mean, almost to a degree. Now, this is offensive, but I'm going to say it anyway because y'all know me by now.
We do.
I don't need nearly as much God as you poor people need because I got my Benjamins. I got my money.
You don't need as much God as poor people do.
You broke ass people.
That's what he's saying. Rich people. That's how rich people think. Is what he's saying.
I'm not saying all. I'm just saying. Listen, I ain't got to pray for my light bill to be paid. My light bill is gonna be paid. You know what I'm saying?
Now I own the light company.
I own a light company, right? I mean, I don't have to.
Until there's something that's what they call it, an act of God, then you stumbling and fumbling because you can't get it turned on.
Yeah.
Then it's Lord.
When things
what you
happen,
did, we sorry.
He said, "Rich people need God more."
Hey, listen.
And to Tara's question, she got money. I mean, she technically got money. She got $100 million, but relative to what he's worth, it didn't end well.
No, because we need like a billion. What I mean,
right. So what I'm saying is, now $100 million ain't nothing to sneeze at. So it ain't like she broke. So she did walk away with something, but she was trying to get a whole lot more than what she got.
She was trying to get the money and him to take care of her mama and
who y'all talking about? I'm sorry.
Dr. Dre's wife.
Oh, okay. I thought we was talking about his name. Okay.
No, Linda ain't never left. Linda like.
But then again, Bill Gates' wife left.
Bill Gates' wife left, and so did
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos' wife. She was like, "I'm out."
Yeah.
But the paperwork wasn't tight. Jeff and them built that company together, and she knew it. So she's like, half. Pew pew.
And then went and married a school teacher. I'm like, she like at least I
don't know, Ron. If rich people are out there praying to keep their money, I think they're out there buying politicians to keep their money. I think they're out there paying tax accountants and lawyers to keep their money. I don't know if they're praying to God to keep their money. I mean, there might be some truth. I'm not saying that they're not religious people. I'm just saying.
Well, to your point, I do wonder about the morality of the wealthy sometimes. Like many of them, maybe in the beginning they may have prayed to God and asked God for help or whatever, but as success continues to accumulate, God would be like, God, we got it from here. So I would hope that a lot. Now I do know one particular. I don't know a lot of rich people, but I do know one, and he seems to still have a pretty healthy relationship with God. So it can be done.
But rich is different than a billionaire. I mean, that's a
well, this guy's pretty close to billionaire status. Like he's in route.
$100 million.
Yeah, he's in route. So I don't know. I understand what you're saying though, cuz, and I think I, to a certain degree, agree because I don't know. It's hard for people to see the necessity for God when you don't. Most people find God in their challenges and problems.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. When you don't have that, then you start to question why you need him.
Hey, listen, I didn't know who God was, but man, I got into some trouble one time.
Right.
I was so scared and I didn't know what to do. And I went in the house and went and found my grandmama's big old coffee table Bible that's big enough to the coffee table. It's bigger than like 4 encyclopedias together. And I said, and somewhere in here is a scripture that I'm sure if I read this out loud. Matter of fact, I said, I don't know what the scripture is, but I kept looking for it. And then what I did was I found it. It was the 23rd Psalm. And then I sat up that whole night repeating it over and over again, trying to memorize it because I was like, I'm trying to seek some refuge in this because this is what my grandmother be talking about all the time. And maybe I can find some peace here in this Psalms 23rd Psalm. So yeah, it'll run you into trouble.
I hope you can remember what you said, Mr. Noah. Say that one more time. Say people find God in their.
Most people find God in their struggles and pain, like in their situations. They don't find it. They don't find them when everything's going right. Most people don't run to God at the height of their success. They don't be like, oh my God, there's no way I could have got this if it hadn't been for God. No, the majority of people find God when they are at their lowest points, and then they bring God with them as they grow. So that's why you hear athletes say, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have gotten here. but they got God. They didn't get God when they got there. They got God to get there. But
and I would say this: you have to make a conscious effort to keep God once you get there.
Right. You have to acknowledge and want to continue to acknowledge that the reason why you're there is because of Him. But a lot of people don't do that. And I'll even go a step further. Some of y'all might be offended by what I'm about to say, but I don't think I'm wrong. White people are the ones that struggle with that.
Watch out, man. What you talking?
I'm just being honest, man. White people struggle.
Look, we've been waiting in the water for a long time.
Rich white people struggle with serving God. Bill Gates does not do benevolent stuff around the world because he loved God so much.
Why does he do it?
He just wants to do it. He feels a sense of connection. I've never heard him talk about God ever.
Well, his wife is Catholic. Well,
now maybe she has a solid relationship and is trying to remind him and say, "Nigga, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Lord."
Look, Jeff Bezos' wife was just taking the money she got and was like giving money away. Like,
now I do think a lot of rich people have a moral compass. Some of them have a moral compass, like a Bill Gates or a Melinda, or not Melinda. What's her last name? The first name, the Bezos woman.
I can't remember her name.
Jackie, is it Jackie Bezos? I don't know.
No, I don't remember her first name.
Belinda, is it Belinda Bezos? I don't know.
You know what? Now you're being funny.
But I think most people, when they're rich, it's hard for them to settle into the fact that God is connected to their wealth. And I definitely see that in rich white people. Like,
you know what? I think I see what you're saying, because I just now I thought about, and I say it all the time, but you guys always give me the business, so I'm already ready. Is that, when I get in the room with, a couple of these athletes' wives and stuff, and they all talking about whose shrink they have, who tell me the name of your shrink so that you can, he charges $1,000 an hour or whatever. And I'm sitting there thinking, I pray.
Yeah, but you can't take everything to the Lord.
I'm not knocking mental health.
Let me back up. You can take everything to the Lord, but I think sometimes you need to take it to the Lord and also therapy.
Well, I'm not, knocking mental health or getting help with, therapy. But I was trying to say is that a whole lot of stuff that they were, it's like, in other words, well, now I don't have time to try to connect with God. I just want to make me an appointment to go see Dr. Schnauzer, and then we gonna sit down.
I'm gonna come a different way with that, Mama Noise, because I see that a little bit different, just slightly different. If you didn't tell me for a second, I think when you have a lot of money, boy, this is gonna sound harsh, but it's the truth. I think when you have a lot of money, it's hard to go to church.
Really?
I'm going to disagree with that.
I think it is, man, because unless you find the right church where they're gonna let you just go,
That's because of the churches you go to.
Oh,
you go to some of the churches up here where I live, and there are
you're not actually saying the same thing. I'm saying, well, the guy. Okay, for example, the guy that I know that's rich like that, he don't go to a black church. He go to the richest white church in that city. And the reason why he goes to the richest white church in that city, because there's other rich people in that church. So he can go to that church and just go to church. That's my point. Sometimes when you make money like that, it's hard to go to the church and be at peace.
Wait a minute. And you say that because
right.
You done been to churches where okay, I'm gonna just say, I'm not saying names, I'm just saying, like, you go to a church where, you got the pastor saying, where's my spiritual son that owns all 12 of those dry cleaners? Come down here for a minute, son. Come down here for a minute, son. Son, we want to start the giving off. So can you help us with the starting of the giving off? Okay, he said he gonna start the giving at 5,000. Okay, thank you, son.
I got news for you. I got news for you. That ain't as spontaneous of a moment as you think it is. If the pastor is really strategizing, he done called his spiritual son before the service started and say, son, I'm gonna start the bidding off with you. I need your help. Can you help me? He'll say yes. So it's hard to imagine you trying to go just serve the Lord.
Right.
And you're the answer to everybody's prayers.
Right. And
you need somebody will help me. And then you showed up this Sunday.
Oh, look, and you showed up, and now you can kick
and by
off.
the way, he may be the answer to your prayer, but boy,
no pressure.
I get it. To whom much is given, much is required, though. I get it.
He's trying to keep those dry cleaners afloat, and you up there talking about I'm gonna need you to start off to give it at $5,000.
Listen. For the most part, Mr. Norris said it earlier, and he took it back, but I understand what he was saying.
What I take back?
You don't have to go to God for everything. I understand what he's saying about that, because God has given us a lot of what we already need. Now, we can pray and ask for guidance, but if I already have the resources to do that which I need to do or want to do, then I don't have to do all of that praying that y'all be doing and tearing all night and foaming at the mouth and jumping in a bucket and running. I got the resources. I can do that which I feel, and I have the advisors telling me, I have the investors telling me that what I'm getting ready to do is a smart investment. Then why do I need to go to God?
Tara, I am not going to co-sign your new church. I'm not going to
but you know what? She's got a good point, because Mel Gibson built his own church. Tyler Perry done built his own church. All of them building their own chapels on their land. Like, I ain't got to go out to the church where everybody else is. I'm just going to create
But I don't know if it's not about just not going to the church where everybody else is. I think they're just trying to have an encounter with God that is conducive to just a peaceful thing, like not be hit up, with the money and I get it.
Well, it's a part of it, Mr. Norris, but it's also a part of those. Just like in our community, churches are more than just a spiritual center. They're actually networking centers.
Right.
We do business together in these churches.
Right.
There are construction business owners in the church. I ain't talking about he out there building a doghouse in the backyard. I'm talking about this is a developer that's in the church. And I'm an investor, and I got this and that. So it's a lot of that goes on in those rich churches. So that's why a lot of them go to those big mega churches.
Yeah. But I do understand. I don't know if it's right for the way they do that or not. Because maybe one of the things that should happen with people with money, maybe they should set something up, a benevolence fund, just set it up with the church and have the church run it. And then that way, when people come to you, you can say, well, listen, we've already set up a benevolence fund for issues such as yours. All you need to do is contact X, Y, and Z, and they'll be able to help you. I hope they can help you, or tell them I sent you, or whatever the case may be.
True rich people give.
Right.
They give.
Yeah.
True rich people.
I don't seen anything like it. The church we went to the one time, I thought we was just, I didn't realize what kind of church it was until I realized that they didn't send a metal offering plate. It looked like a Crown Royal bag. It was purple with the sticks on it.
Not a Crown Royal bag.
It was, and you see,
not a Crown Royal bag.
Put in there because it was a bag that you.
What church was this, Mama?
In Louisville, where they call it Six Flags Over Jesus, and I said, wow, there must be some serious money come through here that you got to have a bag so that nobody sees what you put in there. Okay.
You have very rich churches here in the DFW area.
Yes.
And I don't mean just by population. I mean,
people with money in that church.
Yeah.
Yes, people with money in that church.
There's one right down there off of 635 right before 75. What's the name of that church?
Watermark.
There you go.
Or right off of Preston in Plano, where I think the owner of several Chick-fil-A restaurants is a member there. And so during the pandemic, what did they do? Get them to come back to church? Give away chicken.
Yeah. I get it. I listen. It's hard being rich. It's not an easy thing. It comes with responsibility.
I think it comes with different challenges.
Yeah, it comes with different challenges.
I wouldn't call it hard. I wouldn't call it hard.
Well, listen, it wouldn't be hard for me. I think I'd be okay. I think I'd work through those challenges.
Being poor is hard.
Yeah. Lord, please let me work through the challenges of the money that you want to send to me. Amen. I just want to pray that prayer real quick.
Amen.
I don't ever want the Lord to think I don't want this money.
Amen.
Send the money, Lord. Send the money. So, and shout out to Vince for trying to finance his situation. He was trying to be benevolent and give to these women.
Why he just didn't confess? Because he don't want his wife to go and take half?
Well, I'm pretty sure she already knows what's going on.
Well, I'm just saying, why he just go ahead and pay the money?
He did pay the money.
I said, why did he just go ahead and pay the money? Why didn't he just say, yeah, I did it?
Mama knows you can't be a hoe out there in the streets and then turn around and just totally disrespect your wife by saying, yeah, I'm a hoe. You're basically saying, and hoe, what you gonna do about it? I mean, you can't do that. You just can't. You got to have some type of decorum, some type of respect for her, even though you were disrespecting her
by she checking the checking account.
Even though you were disrespecting her by cheating on her, but you just can't treat her like she ain't shit.
The disrespect of cheating and that you just broke off 14 million or 11 million.
Mama, no,
yeah, but you can't get mad at that part though.
Mama, no,
what, you can't get mad at that.
Mama, no, she ain't missed no meals. She ain't missed no meals.
No, the money, I was gonna say the money part, you gotta let that go. The cheating part, yeah, you can hold a grudge on that. Yeah. But the money part, they got 14 million, and they didn't all get 14 million. Like the sum total was 14 million. So
you mean there was a gaggle of chicks?
Yeah, Mommy Noise, you missed that part of the story. There were
What? So he got like a bunch of bananas. He got several chicks and broke them off just a little bit of piece.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some.
So they really didn't get no money.
He's the owner, Tara, of WWE.
Oh, I believe she knows who he is.
Yeah, so he got busted.
She didn't say a question mark. I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize.
He got busted. Vince got busted. So
again.
But now other people out here doing good things with their money, like Shaquille O'Neal. You know, he started a tuition-based program at Papa John's where they're going to pay in advance, not tuition reimbursement, tuition payment for any of his employees, any of the employees of Papa John that want to go back to school. They're going to pay for them to go to school.
Yeah, it's called Dough for Degrees.
Dough for Degrees. And so that is going to definitely incentivize a lot of young people to go work in that environment. And that's
right.
not a situation.
You can pay for tuition, books, and fees. Shoot. Man.
Listen, he really appears to have a good heart as a person.
Oh, I think so. I think he has a massively good heart.
Yeah.
Even though,
well, he admits that he was immature at first. He did
right. Even though he had to miss some things too, right? So I was gonna say, yeah.
Right. But I mean, he seems to have a heart for people and want to.
I mean.
Yeah, I agree.
He's already started for this school year. He's already, donated $1 million to the Boys and Girls Club, the preparation for the school year. Because, man, the Boys and Girls Club here in our area, in Plano, boy, they had the raggediest of buses that would be going to school to pick them up after school to take them over to the Boys and Girls Club until, their parents pick them up or whatever. That thing needs to be put out to pasture.
Car,
So-
you need to go on Papa John's. Go on Papa John's.
Tara talking about going to law school?
She said she's needing to go to law school, so she's gonna go to Papa John's and get Shaq to pay for her.
Oh, damn, Tara, you can practice on me anytime.
What the?
I don't think you heard it.
I don't know.
You didn't hear it. You didn't hear it. He didn't hear it. Later on, he's gonna hear it. He's gonna play it back later and be like, "Oh yeah, I heard it now."
I already heard it.
No.
Yeah, but shout out to Shaq, man, for doing good stuff. Mama, know is there any other news I'm missing?
What's his name? The little boxer, the little Mayweather.
I ain't heard this story. What is the story?
TMZ reports that Mayweather spent I think it's $17,000 for a mink car seat for his grandson.
A what?
A car seat that's lined with mink for his grandson.
It's a drop in the bucket for some people. That's nothing.
Okay, I just want to know, he in Las Vegas, is hot in the mug in Las Vegas, and they got desert there in, right there in Nevada. So why you feel you need to give a baby a mink car seat that they gonna throw up on, they might pee on, and all that stuff? Because you got a dry cleaner. That's why you need. You just I don't understand.
We want the baby to ride around in style and comfort.
And so is the baby gonna get cold in the air condition? That's what we trying to make sure that they say.
It's hot in Las Vegas, and so that's the balance. Baby's comfortable. He's sitting in a comfortable environment.
Okay, that's a good point.
I believe it was the Bible from T.I. that said it ain't tricking if you got it.
What? Ain't nobody saying nothing about no tricking. I'm just trying to say what is happening. But Tyra makes a good point that
that's nice, Mama Noise.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you something, Mama Noise. It's a hell of a lot better than these leather seats we got out here in this hot ass sun. I might just mink up my shit.
No, we just need to get a cover on it. You ain't got to.
That's the biggest waste of money.
See, that's all I'm saying.
Karen knows that car seats get nasty as hell. Whether
they do.
The milk,
I'm telling you.
The milk, the orange juice, the crackers, the cookies.
Right.
Yeah, but how do we know he's allowed to eat in his car seat? He might not be allowed to eat in his car seat.
Sometimes you got.
Oh yeah, you gonna allow me?
Yeah.
You might be Kentrell. You can't eat in that car seat.
While you're driving. Snacks is on.
Sometimes.
How often do you think Kentrell and Papa Floyd are rolling in the car together?
Once a blue moon.
Because that car seat was green, I believe. Let me look at it again.
That's gray.
No, it's green. It's green off the side, and it matches. I think his car. Like he got a car that looks like that. So I think it's only for that car whenever he takes that car.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say? Why is Vonda looking for Mexican food? Well, now listen.
She close to the border.
Yeah, it's racist, but I get it.
Hey, if y'all really want some good Mexican food, co-pastor, take about a 35-minute ride, 35-mile ride just south, and go to San Antonio.
I actually found a really great restaurant. It's not in Austin. What's the little place where the strip the what you call it malls are?
Oh, north of Austin. North of Austin.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, where the big malls that you shop at or whatever. It's right off of that little strip over there. It's off a back road off the strip over there. But we found it, and man, that place, we was on a conference. We had a conference that we had to go to, and we found that little Mexican place. That food was amazing. I was like, this is the best.
What conference was this? I wasn't with you.
Right, because you don't work for where I was working at.
Oh. You ain't saying nothing. Thank you. That's what I was gonna say. I thought you were
What's wrong with you? San Marcos. Thank you. Thank you,
I
Tara.
thought it was San Marcos, but you talking about the little strip, and I'm like, wait a minute, I need you to
There is
finish.
a strip mall, but they don't call them strip malls. They call them something else.
Storefronts?
No, not storefronts, Mama Noise.
Discount malls. What you call them discount malls?
It's like
we got one in Allen. What they call?
Yes, outlet malls. That's what it's called. It's outlet malls. They got massive outlet malls in San Marcos.
Yes.
So it's like this was about 2 or 3 miles from the strip where those outlet malls were, and we just stumbled upon. We Googled a Mexican restaurant. We wanted authentic, as close to authentic we could get, and we found this place, and it was absolutely incredible. Yeah.
Maybe one day you can take me there.
They got some authentic Mexican restaurants over in Irving, over there off of 83.
Yeah, I heard they just opened Mexican Sugar out there. They have seafood paella.
Oh my God! I should have known you. Cuz, do you ever have a problem with your wife nagging you to death over one type of meal?
He did yesterday, and he made that squash.
That was okay. You know what? So the only thing standing between you and a seafood paella is the amount of ass that you're willing to give up. Is that what we're doing now?
Azaria, please don't pay attention to your father.
Oh, that's right. I forgot the baby was on here. They have the best pizza? San Antonio got good pizza? I would have never guessed that.
I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about.
She said they had good pizza and good cinnamon. What Charles Barkley talks about the churros, and he said there's some big women in San Antonio, so that's why.
No.
The food good.
He needs to be quiet. But I did hear about on that Diving Drivers and Dives show or whatever. They did show a show down in San Antonio that has them big monster cinnamon rolls.
You jacked that name all up, by the way.
Diners, drive-ins, no.
Yes.
I've never been.
Diners.
I've never gotten cinnamon rolls down there. I've been to San Antonio a lot. I've never got.
It's a restaurant with a massive cinnamon rolls that are like they put Cinnabons to shame.
I'll be honest with you. I would have never in my life. Go ahead, guys.
You can only eat so much cinnamon roll. I mean, that dough sits on you pretty quick.
Oh man, cinnamon roll. Yeah, it goes straight down.
Exactly. It's just like trying to eat a loaf of bread. I mean, who can do that?
I would have never guessed in a million years that San Antonio had good cuisine. Like that ain't a place where I would have said, man, I got to get to San Antonio. But I'm hearing more and more people say that, and now with Tara saying they have the largest pizza too. Okay, see, I didn't know that. I was not aware. I would have never guessed that. I love good pizza too, so I probably have to go to San Antonio. Now you got me motivated to go to San Antonio.
You go to San Antonio for the Mexican food. If you really want some good Mexican food, go down to Brownsville. Now that's
why Brownsville? Oh, because on the border. Got you. So they just crossed the border and started making restaurants. It's just like we made it. Set up shop. I ain't mad at them. That's probably easier to do. Like you ain't got to travel nowhere. I get it. I ain't mad at them. I am not mad at them at all. Cuz what are the plans for why we got Ron in the chat? Ron, let us know. We're gonna do this in real time. Because you do have the link. So if you want to answer this question in the link, just say I'll answer it after the show. But are we doing Uncorked Wine this weekend? Because we all scattered right now. We scattered. So we may need to hold off until
I won't be available.
See, that's one more person that's out. So we may just have to postpone Uncorked Wine, y'all. It's nothing personal. It's not that we don't love y'all noisemakers. It's just we all technically on vacation.
I'm not on vacation.
I'm on vacation, technically. Technically. My grandmother and I have had a wonderful time together. I have thoroughly enjoyed being here with her. You know what I love? I love to hear her tell her stories, like the stuff of the past, and it's just. What are you laughing at? What you giggling about?
Anthony Bruce said the cuz get paid yesterday for his
Good question.
for your squash services.
Services rendered.
Hell no. By the time I got off this here podcast, her ass was in there saloon. I said, ain't this some bullshit?
Okay, Ron says he's good either way, so we may go ahead and do it. Tar says he's on court right now. Tar, put in the chat what you're drinking as if we don't know. It's something Ciroc based, I'm sure. I'm sure it's something Ciroc based. I'd be shocked.
I think she put in the chat earlier. She said she was having some moonshine with something from Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A ice or something like that. It's in the chat.
Is it in the chat? I missed it. Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna miss you tomorrow, cuz.
I'm gonna have a house full of a bunch of niggas.
See,
This is another Jamaican get together.
Yeah, here it is. It's here in the chat. She said she had pecan cream moonshine and Chick-fil-A ice drink.
Nothing about no cream. You just made all it up.
It said pecan cream.
It says pecan moonshine.
It says pecan cream moonshine. Can you not see? You need my glasses?
No, you need my glasses. It says pecan moonshine and Chick-fil-A ice cream.
That's a different post. This one right here at 7:33 says pecan cream moonshine and Chick-fil-A ice dream is a winning Friday hot weather treat.
Well, I don't see any of that. So until you can produce receipts, I have receipts.
Who you yelling at,
Mr. Noise?
I have receipts. I don't see your receipts.
It's right here at 7:33 p.m. Thank you. Boy, these boys know they be trying to come for me, boy. I'm telling you the truth.
Too
I'm gonna know at the last one and it didn't have cream. That's all we were saying. That's
all we were saying.
Yeah, well, Mr. Noise love to be like, it's not there. And I'm
wasn't there.
Right at it.
It wasn't there.
Well, it is. It's here, right here.
You don't have to call a truth on this one.
No, we're not calling no truth when I'm looking right here at it.
Mama knows you part of the problem.
No.
You part of the problem.
No, I'm not part of the problem. If I told you, you would be like, no, that is right. You would argue your point as well, so don't even try it.
I'm praying for your soul. No, we ain't doing a daytime thing. We're doing a full-on truce or nothing at all. Or we staying in war.
I think they get mad at each other every podcast with that because they like to make up sex. And that's all
That
it
is
is.
I mean, I will not confirm nor deny those allegations.
And we just buy into it. So I just ignore it.
I will not confirm nor deny those allegations. I will simply say I enjoy Mama Noise to the fullest. How about that? There's a new show on HBO Max. If you guys aren't busy this weekend, you should check it out. Especially if you like Insecure, if you're an Issa Rae fan, she has a new show. She's not starring in it, but she's the executive producer. It's called Rap Shit. And it's basically about two. Huh?
I don't want to see it if Lisa Ray in it. That fine mother hubba.
No, not Lisa Ray. Issa Rae.
Oh, I don't even know who that is. Who was that?
Oh, you're so old. You're so old. Issa Rae was the young lady that starred in Insecure, the highly successful Insecure.
The darker skinned pretty girl.
That is correct. That is correct. She now has a new show called Rap Shit, and I've already seen the first 2 episodes. It is very, very good. You can already tell it.
Do well.
Yeah, Issa Rae is a very talented writer. She gets it. She knows how to communicate our message, but to do it in a way that's classy. That's
is she dating a black man?
No, she's married to a black man.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, she's married to a black man. She's full on. Do you think a person that marries a white man can't carry the full weight of the struggle in Hollywood?
Wow, what a question.
Because like her on screen partner, Jay Ellis, got married over this past weekend. Um, uh, and people spent the week kind of up in arms over it. They were, dare I say, they were pissed. Really, they were like, "Really, Jay? Is it what you doing out here?" And
I don't think you can stand as strong as you should on issues. For instance, I mean, I'm very outspoken on my love and support for Black women. I'm very partial. Uh, but if I was married to a white woman, a lot of what I say would fall on deaf ears, even more than it does now. Because you would be thinking, but ninja,
oh man,
you're married to a white woman. So you have to understand that when you do that, and to each his own. I'm not saying well, whatever tickles your fancy, that's fine with me. But you can't stand as tall or as strong when you do that. I don't believe. Now, a lot of them would tend to once they have Black girls, then they stand up for her. They're Black kids. But it's you didn't marry a white woman, so you really can't stand up like that.
this is an interesting. Mama,
Tell me, I'm
I don't know. I like I thought about that. We just saw the what was the award show we just saw? BET Awards. And Quinta Brunson was there, the young lady that got the highly successful
Abbott
Abbott
Elementary.
Elementary, and she showed up with her boo on the red carpet, and folk felt the way about it. But that's who she's always been with. Same thing with Jay Ellis. That's who he's always been with. Like Tara said, he didn't just get successful and then dip on over to the other side. That's who he fell in love with. So my challenge is, if you married for love, I can't really be mad at you for who you fell in love with. Twitter just said Maya Angelou did it.
Mr. Noise, did you fall in love with Miss Noise?
I feel like that's what happened. We fell in love.
Did you choose to love her?
I think it was both. I fell in, I chose it, all of it, all the above.
You think you were helpless in all of it?
Well,
when we fall, that's a helpless act. That's a fall.
Yeah, I don't live by that definition of fall in love as the world talks about it. I understand love in a much deeper sense. So I refuse to say it was accidental or I tripped over my own 2 feet into it. I don't think that's how love works. I think you choose and you feel a connection. I think it's all inclusive, but it is a choice at the end of the day, because I can feel a lot of things, but I still have to choose to love this woman for who and what she is. And so if that is the choice you made and you chose in Jay Ellis's sense or in Quinta Bronson's sense, or other friends that I have who have chosen that, then I'm not going to be mad at your choice. My only complaint when it comes to interracial marriage, if I'm being honest, is those who do it for sport. I don't like that. I think interracial, because of the racism level that exists in our world, I don't think something like that should be done out of curiosity, which is what some people do. I just thought about, I've started watching me watching documentaries. I started watching the 7-part docuseries called The Captain, which is about Derek Jeter, who, by the way, much stronger black man than I thought he was. I was like, oh wow, you for real, because he's got a black father and a Wahite mother, but he'll tell you in a heartbeat, and so will his sister, we are black people. I'm a black man, and my sister is black. And we understand what it means to be discriminated. I understand what it means to be called a nigga. I get it. I was like, well, all right, then, Derek Jeter, you better tell your testimony. But I also understand that he's half white. So if he chooses a white woman to marry, then I get that. I understand that. That's who he fell in love with. That's who he's invested in. I get it. I can't be mad at somebody choosing that path. But now to my earlier question and what Cuz said, does it make it challenging for them to speak boldly about all of the issues related to
black women?
It could. It could. It absolutely could.
Unless she's really, really, really down with it, I think it's challenging.
But it doesn't stop some people from doing it. Like Donald Glover is married to a Wahite girl, and his shows speak boldly toward the cause of the black community.
Donald Glover. What did you say?
Donald Glover.
I don't know who that is.
He's so old. Childish Gambino, you wrote the song "This Is America." Got the show Atlanta.
Oh my God.
Let's move on.
I might not be as old as I thought.
You might not be. There may be some people that are old.
You're not gonna make me feel bad. I'm telling you.
I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm trying to acknowledge that you're old.
You're not gonna make me feel bad.
Yeah, interracial love is the norm, Ron. I agree with that. I don't think, and that's why I'm saying I don't really have an issue with it. If you're doing it, if you genuinely fall in love with somebody, everybody got the right to tell you who to fall in love with. Huh? Okay, fall in love, choose love, whatever you want to say, however you want to phrase it.
I think we let people off the hook when we talk about, well, he fell in love with it. He couldn't help it. He felt, oh shit, stop it. You chose to love that white woman for whatever
and that's
reason.
Okay.
And it's okay, but don't make it like he fell in love. Stop that. I don't think I've ever loved anybody where I felt helpless. I chose to walk away. I chose to stay. Too much tonight. Mama knows.
No, I think we're calling it down the middle.
Wow.
What is it, Mama Noise? You got a problem with it? You got issues with it?
No, I'm just saying, if this has been his normal thing all this time, but I don't know I think this is the first time that he's posted it on his Instagram because yeah. To the point where when he posted it, he cut off the comments because he knew that folks was gonna come for him because everything he's been in has been with even on the Issa show is that he was in a black relationship and and even when he was on what was that show, the football play with Pooh?
Well, but even on the show he dated a white woman.
On Issa show.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't know too much about that. But I'm saying on the show with Pooh, the show with Pooh, the show with Pooh now, Pookie from Richmond now.
Oh, the game.
So he was on the game and stuff in a relationship with a black woman and stuff, and you just like, oh, okay, but I think when he put that post, did he just recently become married?
Yeah, last weekend. I just said
okay. That's what I thought. So when he So when he became married, you know, it's like, okay, you put it on your IG, and then you like, okay, I'm gonna turn the comments off because, you know, folks gonna be like,
But that's because we ignorant. We don't want. Listen, black people have not really settled. That's Donald Glover, by the way. That's his wife.
that's his wife.
That's his wife.
Never knew that.
What show are you watching today? I just said the man was married to a white woman.
Yeah, but I mean, I've never seen her, Lloyd.
Okay.
When he showed up for different shows or whatever, I've never seen him sitting next to her. When he came up and got the "This Is America" thing.
Yeah, but here's the thing you gotta understand too. A lot of times on these award shows, they won't show the wife. They'll get a tight shot in on the face of the person, and then they don't show the wife. They only show the wife when he wins. Then he'll, you know, he turns and kisses her, and they be like, "Oh, yeah, we got to get that, I guess."
Oh, okay.
Which is ironic because it seems like every commercial on TV now has a white man and a black woman.
What? Ron talking about love is are you saying a hostage situation? He said, "Help me! I am blinking twice." Oh my gosh! Yeah,
what's wrong, Ron?
We gotta send some help to Ron though.
Oh, love is the hostage situation. That's funny.
He said he blinking twice, so there's a concern.
No, I think he's saying love is a hostage situation. Help me, I'm blinking twice. In general, not in his specific situation. You think Vonda's holding him hostage? She might be for that Mexican food. It's possible.
It's like, you better take me to the border.
Like I said, I don't have a problem with it. I just don't like people that want to experiment with it and just have, let me see what it's gonna be like. Don't do that.
What do you mean you got a problem with people experimenting?
I don't like that. I don't like people. I've seen people that they're just doing it for sport. They're not really truly committed to the entirety of what an interracial marriage. Listen, an interracial marriage is not an easy thing to get involved with.
Listen,
it's not. We have not evolved that way in this society to where we are just accepting of it in totality.
We tried to counsel some.
As Jay Ellis evidenced on his Instagram page. As soon as he put his beautiful wife up and showed the world came, Black Twitter came for him and said, "You sell out, you blah, 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 blah." Omari Hardwick went through the same thing. I guess you don't know who Omari Hardwick is either, do you?
I know who he is.
I'm talking about, why you say it like that, Mama Noah?
I just said I know who he is. You watch enough of his shows.
But I don't like the way you take some of that energy out your boy.
Man, you need to get out of town.
Mr. Noise, I would agree with you that it's not easy, but it also depends on the circles that you roll with. For instance, their Gateway Church. You know Gateway, right?
Yes.
The pastor of Gateway, I can't think of his name right now, but he's a pretty.
Ain't that Ed?
No, you talking about Ed Young?
Hey, Ed, I'll Google it. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
But anyway, his Wahite daughter is married to a black man.
What?
And because that's the circle that they roll in, he's not experiencing the backlash because he ain't really rolling with us as much. He's in that circle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Robert Morris.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the same thing with
Cheryl Brady.
Cheryl Brady. I couldn't get it out.
I was gonna say.
I knew where you were going once you brought it up.
I knew he was too, because I'm sitting saying Cheryl Brady got all her daughters married to black dudes.
No, one of them's not.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed one.
Yeah, but Cheryl Brady really is a black woman trapped in the
I'm just listen to me. I mean,
she is an interracial. She's a walking interracial relationship by herself. That is the blackest white woman I've ever seen in my life. I don't know her whole testimony, but clearly it involves being raised in the hood.
Hold on. Kyrie. I'm not gonna stand idly by for you talking about Vonda.
Mama knows you missed that. We gotta put that up.
I'm just saying, you can't do it.
That said 50,000 pesos and gas.
Damn.
Wow.
You know, anybody can get it, Ron. You know that.
Damn.
What?
Oh my gosh.
All right.
I'm serious. If I didn't see Cheryl Brady's husband, I'd have thought she was married to a black dude.
Well, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, this is not shade. Please listen. Everybody, listen to me right now. Look at the screen. It's not shade what I'm about to say. No,
you're ready to shade the ear out of somebody.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Look at your face. He's already ready.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. You can't even get it out.
All I was gonna say was,
see,
I was very surprised when I saw her husband.
That's not what you were gonna say.
That is what I was gonna say. I was very surprised.
That was her husband is her rider. He done been with her since day one.
Have you ever heard her preach?
Oh yeah.
Him preach.
No,
I haven't heard him preach. I've heard him exalt.
I'll be honest with you. I was wondering. I hadn't heard it.
What did you say, cuz?
He does a lot of that.
Yeah, I've heard him exalt. I've never heard him preach.
Okay. I know you're gonna give me a button, but I'm just gonna say I'm saying.
God damn, that was racist.
That wasn't the button.
Oh
anyway.
well, you probably gonna say something racist anyway.
I was gonna say is that I started to wonder, because I've never heard him preach. I was like, did they give him an honorary bishop title of bishop? Because
no, he had the bishop title before she did.
She's not a bishop. I'm just saying because I've never heard him preach at all. Sometimes it's like, in other words, the woman is getting so much, she's getting all these accolades and stuff. I gotta have him. He gotta have something that's let me give him a bishop title so that she don't outshine him or whatever. I don't know.
Can I ask a highly offensive question that I'm sure I'm gonna have to give myself the button for once I ask it? I'm positive.
Better than anyone I know.
I'm positive I'm gonna have to ask myself. Are white women who preach like black women, the novelty, has that worn off now? I admit that. I admitted that before I did it. Now you know what, Tara? No, I'm not agreed that. I'm not agreed to that. That's shade.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I must admit that when I used to hear Paula White when she would preach, I was like, it just felt like it was some type of appropriation going on. You just like, do you really talk like that, or do you just doing that because the majority of the congregations you preach to are black?
Well, I feel like there's a lot of that going on though.
They were black, ain't no majority. Without walls was black.
Right.
Cuz was a member.
Well, but I'm just saying, I wondered because she was like, matter of fact, one of the things that she mentioned every time she preaches, I'm just a poor, messed up Mississippi girl. She say that every time she preach, don't mind me, I'm just a poor Mississippi messed up girl. And it's like, okay,
and then she Trump revealed her true self.
And then a lot of other white pastor women would try to do the same thing. They would all be trying to get that. I don't know whatever that, not swag, but whatever that is that she had. That they would be like trying to preach like her, and it would be like, okay, preach like yourself. We don't need
But I mean, if that's authentically who you are, then I guess I just got to roll with it. Like, I haven't seen Cheryl Brady act any other way but the way she acts. Like, I've met Cheryl Brady, and that's who she is. She's just a black woman in a white body. They
went and found her over at church she was in, way over off the East Coast. What was it, Carolinas?
They didn't find her at all. What happened was because I'm intimately familiar with her journey. She came to Dallas Fort Worth.
You know you get the button for that, right?
What?
The humble flex.
What humble flex?
Because you're intimately involved in the situation that you're
I didn't say I
aware.
was intimately involved with the situation.
You did say intimate, Jay.
I said I understand. I
Jay,
intimately
didn't he
have,
just say he was intimately involved in the situation?
not involved. I didn't say nothing about involved. Aware. I'm intimately aware.
Intimately aware is somebody that's not on. We on the outside. We don't know none of that. So go ahead and tell us about your intimacy.
You know what, Mama Noise? Sometimes it's okay to be silent. Sometimes it's okay to be silent. Just shut it down. As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by this lady here on my left. I forgot what I was going to say.
Your
No,
intimacy.
Sure, Brady.
Thank you. She came and preached at our bishop's conference, and that video went viral, and it got and she was kind of circling around TBN, but not really. And then that kind of got to TBN, and then next thing you know, she preached at the bishop's conference again, and people know that our former bishop and TD Jakes was having beef, and so he kind of snatched her up.
He did.
Bishop Jakes kind of snatched her up from him.
So he went and got her, like I said.
Well, but he didn't get her like he discovered her. That's what I was trying to clear up. He didn't discover her in the sense of he was the one that made her famous. It wasn't like that.
No, but anybody who can say you over here on the other side of the U.S., over here in the Carolinas, you over there in your own church, and somebody says, I need you over here in Texas, pick up your digs, I'll pay off whatever. We need you to start a church over here. I need you to be a part of my congregation and lead a whole church in Texas. That means he came and got her.
Well, he just made an offer she couldn't refuse.
Okay.
Mama Noise, what's wrong with leveling up? Sierra did it.
Are you trying to, what are you trying to say?
She leveled up.
We're not talking about her bouncing booty self where y'all just got to keep looking at the video because she got some type of wine to sell.
Yeah, what's the difference? Sierra did it with her ass, and Cheryl Brady did it with her. Her swag.
Nope, not the same comparison.
She literally left her husband's church where she was co-pastoring to go pastor Bishop Chase Church.
She took her husband with her.
What's the difference? She leveled up.
She did not bounce her tail on TV trying to get somebody to like a wine and nobody even know the name of it.
Guess what? She did exactly the same thing. She saw an opportunity and she took advantage of it, and now she leveled up. You trying to make it different because it's Christian.
That's right.
Sierra prayed to the Lord and found Russell Wilson.
You know, I wonder how many nationally, how many white women are out there preaching as black women to black congregations?
It's probably a lot. It's probably a lot. Right.
How many more out there?
It's probably a lot. We just don't know all of them. But for sure, Paula White, Cheryl Brady.
I'm gonna tell you one of my favorite. What you said, Jay?
I know one in Mississippi, in Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson Revival. Take a look at it one day. Pastor Jennifer is her name. She's another one. Whole church black.
Oh.
White woman.
Does not Carlton Pearson. Rob Parsley's wife preach?
Joni? No, he does enough for everybody.
Because he preached like a black preacher.
I mean, listen to me. You know, he do the most. He's yeah. But see, I listened to this prophetess on Facebook, and you know, I really like her. But man, when she gets on and starts praying live, she starts sounding like Paula White, and I'll be like, okay, I can only handle so much. But other than that, I mean, if she's not doing that, she's awesome. But man, when she starts preaching or praying or whatever, she sounds like a cookie cutter of Paula White.
She's white.
Mm-hmm. She's like, I can't even get I can't even duplicate the what she does. I'm going, okay. But when I hear Paula White, I don't. Cheryl Brady and Paula White are night and day to me. They're not the same at all.
Yeah, I feel like Paula White put on an act, whereas with Cheryl Brady, I just feel like she grew up in a black neighborhood, and she just assimilated, and this is who she may have been raised in a black home like Steve Martin in The Jerk,
or like a bishop, Archbishop Veron Ash, who was raised with the Jamaican.
It feels very authentic, is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't feel like she's faking it.
You know, Paula White didn't feel like she was faking it at first.
I'll agree with that.
I just think that it became about money.
Yeah.
Success to them really fast.
They came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere, and they blew up. And they blew up too quick.
Hold on, Mama.
Who's going?
What happened to him?
Well,
he got sick, didn't he?
He's had drug problems and alcohol problems, and he got sick, and he's had issues.
Oh, I didn't know. It just seemed like he just disappeared. So
he's not really pastoring the church anymore. He brings in guest speakers, but they lost everything. They lost everything pretty much.
Oh, I didn't know that.
How come she couldn't just take out a loan with Donald Trump, her buddy?
She said she was his spiritual advisor.
Well, she wasn't kissing his ass back then.
Well, clearly that didn't come with a cash check. Because this Jakes cut her off.
Oh yeah, once she went left.
How you now see these are the missteps of Bishop Jakes. How you have these women and they're your spiritual daughters, and then when they step out of line,
I mean,
up in smoke.
She was being true to who she really was, and he was being true to who he really was. You know, for the longest time, there were complaints about T.D. Jakes that he didn't speak out on black issues.
Right.
That he just, he was all godly, and he didn't really deal with the issues that faced us. But then he started speaking out. Well, hell, she got to speak out.
Yeah, he eviscerated her.
Yeah.
He eviscerated her in her face.
Yeah.
I was like, God, dog.
I think that's online. I think that video's online.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. I watched that video.
While she was visiting his church.
While she was standing in his pulpit, he lit her ass up. I was
like, believe me, she loved. I don't know if she loved him, real hard, but I mean, they were really close back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Really
well,
close.
yeah, because she was the first white woman he ever had on his "Woman Thou Art Loose" conferences in the pulpit.
But I always felt like she was novelty. I never felt like it was like this dynamic thing that she was doing. Because I never thought she was better. This is weird to say this, but like what she was saying wasn't much different than what Jackie McCullough was saying or what Joyce Meyer was saying or, other strong women. So it just sounded unique and huh?
It was a delivery.
Yeah, it was a delivery and it was novelty. It was a little small, tiny white woman that sounded like a black woman.
Yeah.
And she practiced that delivery over and over and over until she got
she worked on it. And it felt like she worked on it. It felt like she worked on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's why I never took her. I'm like, Tara, I never really took her seriously.
That's why I used to like Joyce Meyer, because she didn't change. She was the same way as she's always been. She may have had a little plastic surgery or whatever, but other than that, she's the same way she was from the beginning that she is right now. She ain't trying to fit in, trying to throw the swagger and all that. She like, look, I'm a teacher, and this is the way it is, and this is the way I do.
Not only am I a teacher, but I'm a white woman teacher, and I know who I am, and I know what I am, and I don't have to be racist. I don't have to be anything more than what I am, but I can still love people. I can respect that. Same thing with the other one. What's her name? Her daughter took over. For what was her name? Y'all know what I'm talking about because she was big on TBN too. She wasn't as fiery as Joyce, but she was a decent teacher.
Her daughter took over?
And her daughter took over. Her daughter is basically taking over the whole ministry.
Is it Marilyn Hickey?
Marilyn Hickey, yes. Yeah, Marilyn Hickey was trying to be black. She just was, I'm
simple.
Beth Moore, same thing.
She's listen. Beth Moore turned the tables over and get ready to get kicked out of the whole Baptist conference.
Beth Moore, she out of good graces now. She's damn near non-denominational now because they was like
they practically built a store for her. Lifeway Christian was the Beth Moore store. They had 2 aisles with nothing but her Bible studies. Like, daggone. Yeah.
Real quick before we close out for the day, have y'all been seeing this viral video with this stuff called pink sauce?
No.
Apparently, it's some kind of something you put on it's an actual thing. It's a condiment from a Miami-based chef, and he made a viral video, or somebody made a viral video of it, and everybody's talking about it. It looked like some nasty Pepto-Bismol, but people are eating this crap. I don't know. I didn't know if y'all were familiar with it. It's like $20 a bottle. What's in it? I think it's like honey. It's supposed to be healthy. And it's got, let me see if I can get the ingredients of it real quick. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I thought I had it in this article, and then the article kind of flaked on me. Have y'all heard of it?
No, I haven't heard of it. And I ain't putting just anything on my food. Like Pepto-Bismol on my food.
It's like a Chinese pink sauce is what I think it's called. And it's made out of wait a minute, I'm trying to lock in the actual because I'm getting to conflicting things right now. Oh, mayonnaise, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, lemon juice, and a hint of seasoning.
Sound like a hot mess.
But somebody went on the TikTok and tried it, and they were like, "This is some bull." Do we need a new condiment? Do we need any more new condiments? Are we good? I think we're good on condiments.
I think we're good.
Chick-fil-A sauce is the last new one I tried, and I like that. That was good. Other than that, I don't want nothing else.
What is Chick-fil-A sauce? Is it no different than the sauce over at what's that chicken place y'all be going to?
Raising Cane's?
Yeah, is it any different than Raising Cane sauce?
I think it is. Raising Cane sauce, I think, is better.
They look exactly alike.
They look alike, but it's not the same.
Raising Cane sauce.
Say it again. You broke up a little bit. Say it again.
Has more pepper in it.
Right.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A sauce is
Chick-fil-A sauce a little more wahite bland.
Yeah, it don't have the kick of the I prefer Raising Cane. What is your favorite sauce, Mama Noise?
My favorite sauce.
Yes. Like to put on chicken or just in general. Like, what do you? I know you don't like mayonnaise. You tolerate mayonnaise, but you don't really like it.
But I'm a peculiar individual because somebody just the other day asked me, what do I eat on French fries? And I was like, malt vinegar.
I know it's disgusting, Jay. It's really
blue cheese dressing.
Blue cheese is fine, but malt vinegar, that's just
I love it.
That's insulting to every cook I know that makes fries.
Lies. I eat it with
Malt vinegar?
my fish and chip. Thank you, Tara. You know what that be?
That's Long John Silver's type stuff.
That's right. It be with the fish.
You ain't gonna put malt vinegar on Rally's fries.
It's already seasoned.
Is it Long John Silver's or Captain D's for you? Which one is your favorite?
Oh, that's a good question. That's
Always Long John Silver.
I'm gonna tell you, back in the day, it was Captain D's though.
I only went to Captain D's
I love Captain D's.
They sold gumbo. I used to go there for that, but I didn't go there for the fish though.
Yeah, I love
Captain D's for me all the way.
What do you get from that?
Back in the day, you could get the fish and the
three-piece
fish and what?
Three-piece fish.
That's it.
I would get the three-piece fish and chicken. It's like a 3-piece fish and 2-piece or 2 fish and 3 pieces of chicken.
Yeah.
I like Captain D's.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of Captain D's.
There's one in Plano. Tar, there's one in Plano on 15th Street.
Yeah. 15th to 75.
Oh,
it's
really?
brand new. It's a brand new one.
Yep.
It used to be a
I'm going tomorrow. Thank y'all.
That's the only one. I'm the only one in my family that really loves it though. They don't like
Facts.
it. I love
I
Captain.
used to go all the way down on 30, down there in Pleasant Grove to get my Captain D's.
Oh no, you ain't gotta do that no more.
You can go right off 75.
You have been delivered. 15th and 75.
And matter of factly, it used to be a Wendy's. And then they
It was in the spot of the Wendy's,
yeah.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out for sure.
Yep. Captain D's, man. I love it.
But the Long John Silver's was close to my house, and I'm like,
so Captain D's.
No, I love Long John Silver's. It reminds me of where I'm from, Louisville, Kentucky. And I've always loved Long John Silver's.
That's the one right there, Paul. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only one. Well, there's another one way down south off of 635 down there about 20. I mean, way down there. I can't think of the name of that.
Well, y'all both have been delivered. Now y'all ain't got to drive like that no more.
It's a beautiful little location. They got it looks really nice.
Yep. So you said blue cheese, malt vinegar, which that's ridiculous, but whatever.
At Wingstop, I like blue cheese. My wings
or ranch.
I like it to dip my fries in blue cheese dressing.
Yeah.
You know who else puts malt vinegar on fries? Five Guys does that.
Five Guys has it too. I'm just not here for that with the malt vinegar. I don't get it.
And I learned about that. I was turned on to that when I was up in Naptown, up in Indianapolis.
See, that was your first mistake. You listening to people from Indiana.
Wait a minute. My mama live in Indiana.
Should I repeat the last statement I just made?
Have mercy, Lord. Have mercy. Have mercy. Have mercy, Lord. Have mercy.
I was kidding. You know I love your mama.
I cannot eat blue cheese.
Really?
I can't do it.
Well, I got news for you. Whataburger got a brand new blue cheese.
Oh my gosh! Listen.
But you guys like blue cheese, though. I can't. I am a ranch guy. I'm a ranch guy with my wings.
Listen.
That shit's too strong. It's too strong.
These tears that you see me crying right now are real. That burger is amazing. It's blue cheese with a peppercorn ranch, lettuce, and tomato, and it's got a slice of bacon, and it's got a slice of cheddar, but also blue cheese. I kid you not. one of the best burgers I've ever had in my life.
Oh my gosh, we didn't know what we. Laura's like, we should, but I told him before he bought it, I said, we should probably just get one and just cut it in half.
Tar, I thought the same thing. I was thinking the reason why I held off now, wasn't sure I wanted to get it because I was like, peppercorn ranch, I don't know about that. It does not overpower at all. It just nicely sits into the sandwich and just says the star. We're not the star. We yield the stardom to the blue cheese. But I promise you'll appreciate that we're here. And there were no lies told. It is one of, if you like good burgers, this is one of the best burgers you will ever have in your life. I promise you.
And I thought I had.
If you don't like blue cheese, you ain't gonna like it.
Oh my gosh. They said, okay, here you go right here. It says they launched the new bacon blue cheeseburger that features 2 patties layered with smoky bacon, blue cheese, grilled onions, American cheese, peppercorn ranch sauce, and chopped lettuce and tomatoes on a toasted 5-inch.
You just read the exact same ingredients that we just talked about. You just
I read them all specifically.
But why did you do that? What was the purpose of that?
Because I want them to get it in their spirit.
Okay. Not sure that was necessary, Mama Noise.
Oh, it was very necessary.
Not really, when we could have just showed the picture.
Yeah, but sometimes the picture doesn't do it justice when you don't know what's on it.
Okay, Mama Noise. But we just told him what was on it, though. Were you not here when we did that?
You know what, Mr. Noise?
Look at that thing. Lord have mercy. Oh, my goodness. The Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want. That thing is beautiful.
Look, I'm already going to Captain D's tomorrow.
Me too.
You're right, Carl. You're right. We're going to stop talking about it. But that thing is amazing, though. I'm going to tell you something.
That thing be banging.
Lord have mercy. Woo! Okay.
I couldn't believe what I had experienced. I'm like, I done ate Whataburger before. But this sandwich...
Ron, you in Texas. If you get a chance, go buy the Whataburger.
Listen.
You guys are making it sound orgasmic. It can't be that damn good. Just back up a little bit. God damn.
No shit. Oh.
I won't lie to you, cuz I had a moment. I sat on my couch and was like,
Okay, let's end the show.
I'm just saying, you doing all that.
Let's end the show. You're going too far now.
I'm just saying it was good, man.
Clearly, we've stopped talking about Whataburger.
I started naming Mama Noise. I didn't know what to call the burger. I was like, Okay. Y'all, we had a good time. It looks like we will be back for Uncorked Wine tomorrow, so come check in with us, have some fun with us. We'll pick up the old school stuff that we was going to do tonight. We'll do it tomorrow. Y'all, just enjoy your night. Listen, enjoy your night. Be safe. Stay cool.
Enjoy yourself.
Just looking at it. Happy feelings in the air.
We're talking noise.